Dungeon
Alright.
Mommy!
We are
Dungeon Mommy!
what an intro. We are back with another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start in our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as
the worried Carrick Marsk.
Kronos as
Shucks on Red Scala.
Pat Den as
Torture.
okay, Marcus as
Corvus Adalas.
Tobias as
Caspian PS still shot.
online. Wait,
What?
no,
Wait,
Sammy as
why am I actually not? I don't understand. Yeah, a gift and gun or no Grayscale. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
and you have me, Yuli, as your friendly dummy mummy, apparently. Who'd like to give the who'd like to give the recap?
I'll give the recap. That's fine with
Go
me.
for it.
All right. So last time on Survivors of Tarnstead, we found ourselves deep in the past of Zaha, about 10,000 years in the past, I believe, from the present day. We are in an unnamed.
Really off.
We're in an unnamed city. We do not know the name of it, but we believe was the capital of Zaha at one point. We emerged outside of a great Sphinx temple. It is a temple to all the Sphinxes, which we didn't know at the time. And then we kind of started muttering amongst ourselves about what the next course of action should be as we started moving down. We, as a group, made a slight scene in the street, nothing too bad, but we got a lovely inn to stay in. The barkeep is named Anwar. He runs the Sweet Succulent, and he pointed us in the direction of Naima, or is it Naima? I think it's Naima. Naima, the jeweler. She ended up changing out some various gemstones for certain members of the party, but not everybody, because she wouldn't accept most of our goods. Things were kind of returned around. Cassiopeia's diamond was slipped back into her backpack without her knowledge, and we started to go off to go look for Talal. He is the great scholar that we were sent into the past to go find to help figure out what to do with our Dreamer Rock, because there were rumors that Hea remembered that he had dreams about some weird metal and dreamery stuff, and she couldn't really remember it very good. But she wanted us to go back to talk to him because clearly this would be the smart thing to do. So she sent us to go talk to Talal, who was on the western outskirts of town, across a river. As we started to go across town, like you do, trying to make our way across the river, we had various people approach members of the party while we were at the tavern. Cassiopeia gave out a blessing to a woman who was hoping to get pregnant. Telde, who as Torde, discovered the fantasies of food and liked it very much and was asked to tell stories the next night. As we were rolling across the river, we saw other priestesses, much like the priestess form that Cassiopeia is in. Cassiopeia, like a horse seeing a paper bag in the wind, threw herself off the bridge to get away from danger, landing in a pool full of these 20-foot majestic monsters that were cleaning the water and such. And she tumbled around in there a bit, dodging away from them, trying to get away until she finally had to come up and face, unfortunately, the music with the priestesses. She acted very shy and coy about it, and they assume that she has had no training and needs to have some, and want her to come to the temple tomorrow because she seemed like she was on her way somewhere. The rest of the group kind of bid a very kind of quiet thank you and goodbye, and we got out to Talal, who mysteriously knew all of our real names and started asking who was who. And then we went down into his basement, saw the cool forged ingot that he had done of the star metal of his own piece that he had, and we all started kind of unveiling ourselves a little bit, and we had a bit of interesting time with that. We at the end of that had a long discussion of various things that we would need, things we need to go get. We went back up top with all of our illusions and such on, and we're splitting up the party to go do our separate ways. I believe Carrick, Shaxan are staying to learn, and then the rest of the party was leaving. I'm not sure about that, but we were on the cusp of leaving right then when we left. Other things of note: one of the priestesses we met was named Jala. I did not get the other one's name. I know there's an Insi that I wrote down, but I think that I'm not sure if that's the other one's name. So, but that is what we did.
Okay, very nice. Go ahead and draw yourself an inspiration.
Oh, we're supposed to be getting a purple worm, according to that's what our split up is trying to do.
Indeed.
And well, let's see what my new inspiration is. Wow.
Okay, is it a play immediately?
No. It is not.
Okay.
It lets me do lightning damage.
Right, so most of you start heading back into the city proper.
Wait a moment. Wait, I want to go ask something really quick. Let's 1 second. Karak! Vincent!
Yes.
Vincent, where are we going to put this purple worm?
That's a good question.
Because we're staying in a hotel, right? Or in the inn room right now. Where are we going to put the purple worm? This thought about this. Do we have food for? Don't they eat like out of the ground? Where are we going to keep it?
Maybe we should wait to kick that up at the.
Why don't we go find out how much it is? But we not purchase right now. You find out maybe from Talal what we do to keep it? Because I worry that. What do you think, Cassie, Talde, Corvus? I'm just worried that we are going to have these animals that we do not have anywhere to keep them, and that would be bad, right? We could not keep them in the room. If they make the spitty acid like Carrick do maybe, and they would melt everything.
They may have ideas or advice.
It is good to ask, but I'm just worried about buying one right now. But I was just thinking that if it make the story things like squiggles, you know.
Captain, I do believe that we are just acquiring an egg.
Oh, Eric's paying an egg. Okay. To be fair, Kronos, I will point out the fact that Squiggles needed us. This is an opportunity to purchase this separate. We could stop it from happening. Squiggles had no home. All right. I just don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble with Care when I come back with this because I see how big they get.
I think we might leave them with Haya.
Also, how do we hatch egg? Because we not have chicken.
What?
We not have chicken. How we hatch egg?
You had Dingus and
Dingus and Dazzle sit on egg.
we learned the husbandry.
Carrick left wife home to sit on eggs. That's how it works.
We learned the husbandry of the purple worm and determine what needs to be done after that.
Alright, I'm just nervous. Also, Cassiopeia, there's one thing I really want us to do before we start heading back. And this is very, and I'm sorry to bother you about this, but you just threw yourself into a waterway and you were jostled about quite a bit. Did you make sure that you still have all of your things? Because things can fall out in the water, you know.
Dun, dun, dun!
To get all my bags off, I don't want to be outside.
What?
Cass starts reaching back into the illusion for her saddlebags and whatnot.
I would assume they are just backpack right now.
Yeah, they are actually satchels on your hip and such.
Oh.
Remember, it kind of...
I'm just saying, you might want to make sure nothing got lost because this would be the opportunity for us to fish it back out before maybe it gets cleaned and gone forever, you know?
Cass is going to start digging through her bags and just randomly handing odd things to people.
Just make sure you're not missing anything.
Pulls
also,
out
did you give her back her... Did you find your diamond? Good thing that's still in there.
Slowly turns and looks at Carrick.
Oh, we had Corvus do all the exchanges. Of course he didn't have it.
Looks over at Corvus.
I was not given this gem, so I have no knowledge of why I should have been responsible for it.
It doesn't even...
Back in my bag.
Well, it got back in there somehow. But what matters is you still have it, thankfully. Make sure it's sold away properly. You can change it out somewhere else. I do not think that jeweler probably could have taken it if she could not have taken all of the rings.
You're looking for your bags. Give me an investigation check, please.
To be fair, she didn't really like the ring. She didn't want to resell any of them. She didn't have that
but
capabilities.
she probably does not have enough money as a simple merchant.
Oh, I don't think not for that.
I do not think the beacon jeweler could have even changed out quite a thing like that.
I think you would have to go back to a bank as where she originally got it to get the actual coinage back.
But when you're at the temple, you can probably get that traded out for smaller gems or possibly for coins.
Smaller denominations.
You might want to do that when you're at the
We should not be throwing on that level of money.
Cass.
Yes.
You start looking through your bags, and where is your tinderbox?
My what box?
Your tinderbox.
Tinderbox. Starts digging through deeper. Reaching.
Did you lose something?
Sticks her head in the bag.
Get your head out of the bag.
It doesn't want to talk right now. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure you didn't lose anything very important.
That could be an issue.
Well, it's a tinderbox. It's a very simple thing.
It's a tinderbox from our time.
Which
Cass is looking
What
at.
is the difference? I mean, they seem to have pretty much the same things that we do.
Steel.
Oh, flint and steel. Oh.
They probably use flint and flint.
But
I don't know.
They don't make
flint and iron. Talon.
Cass
Talon?
head back for the bridge.
Remember Talal was mentioning about my weapon.
Cast it up.
I'm glad I brought this up. I was worried because you kind of went ass over tea kettle into the water. All right. Well, can you, Carrick? Maybe if you see Shax, maybe talk to him too. But find out about anything about this purple worm. Are we sure we need them?
I mean, there's a lot.
Sure, I'm standing like 5 feet to Carrick's right.
I didn't know because you hadn't piped up at all, so I'm just.
I had piped up. I specifically said we shouldn't be throwing around that kind of money.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, I missed that. My brain missed that. I was say sex. I don't know. Maybe look into if we actually need this. I mean, they don't have steel, right? So maybe we don't need. But I still want to bring them back anyway. I think it would be fun. But I don't know where we keep them.
I can look into it.
Yes, if you look into it.
See what we can make.
All right. Have fun with Talal.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, we'll go chase after Cassie.
Right, so you follow along after Cassie, making your way back towards the bridge where you crossed the river originally.
Mm-hmm.
You come into sight of it, and you can see the bridge. You can see the strange creatures in the waters just lazily flittering about through the liquid.
All right. It's a tinderbox, right?
Yep.
Flint.
Cass is going to wander down to the
Cass,
edge of the water.
just wait for a second. As Corvus is adjusting his metal gauntlet on his arm, holding it up.
Magic. Let's throw her away. Remember, we were told just a little bit ago. Avoid the big casty magics. We'll keep the cantrips.
This is going to be awesome.
I know.
I finally get to understand magic, and then I can't use it.
Oh, yes. Welcome to the club. It is constantly being told you can't use it.
And Cass is just going to wander down to the water's edge.
So you go down one of the stairways to the water.
I know exactly what you're going to cast. You're going to cast locate object, just like I was thinking.
I actually have prepared. So I was like, oh, this is going to be easy.
Yep.
And Cass is going to pat the water, try to catch the manta ray's attentions.
Okay, you start patting the water. And after a few moments, a couple of them do actually seem to sort of slowly start drifting, turning towards you, and just lazily gliding through the water over to you.
And Cass is going to wave and just like, I have a question for you, but I don't really, I'm kind of new at all this stuff, and, well, you guys are new to me. If you can understand me, can you, like, glow green or give me a green symbol?
Even as you are speaking, they are starting to flash colours at you. There is some greens. There's also some blues and yellows. A brief red from one of them.
Well, I'm not familiar with
That
your
was
guys'
smart-ass.
symbols yet, but I fell in the water earlier today, and I know you're all finding that a little bit funny and a little bit panicky, but I lost a box, and she's going to kind of do a shape. Did you guys by chance find it?
There's more flashing as you talk.
Anyone else expecting to
One starts to drift away from you, and the other one sort of just pushes up closer to the edge of the stairs, sort of nudging its body out of the water, flashing soft blues at you.
Cass is going to pet.
When you pet it, that blue seems to focus in the spot where you pet, and then just pulse out from that area.
Okay, you guys kind of understand. I don't understand you, but if you find the box and you see me again, can you let me know? I'd appreciate it.
It just sort of nudges up against your hand.
Do you want me to follow you?
You get those soft blue pulses again from that same spot where you pet it.
Gonna pet it again.
And the pulses of blue seem to intensify a bit.
I would like to make an insight check to see if I can figure this out.
Okay, it's going to be at disadvantage because communication barrier here.
Yeah. But it's better than nothing. Oh no.
You think it wants you to follow it.
And Cass is going to slip into the water and go. Okay, go ahead. Show me.
When you slip into the water, this one seems to brush up against you affectionately, and then the purple pulsing begins from the surrounding ones, which start to drift over towards you, and once again, you feel them moving under, trying to push you upwards.
Guys, I'm fine. Trust me, I'm fine.
And they are actually nudging you back onto the stairs.
Cass will get back up.
Just walk along the shore, Cass.
Fine. And Cass will start moving along the shore.
Okay. When you start walking on the shore, a couple of them actually continue to drift and follow alongside you in the water. That purple pulsing slowly subsides.
She's gonna go back in, we know it. And I'm just gonna follow along.
Okay. How far along the water's edge do you want to walk?
Well, I'll stay near the edge because I'm following the one that's been glowing blue.
How far will you follow it?
How long is this thing?
The creature or the river?
The river.
The river seems to go through the city. You lose it around a couple of buildings, and as far as you're aware, it must run through the actual from wall to wall at this edge of the city.
Oh. I'm going to stop and look at the one that's been glowing blue. So, assuming we're going to it, is it a really long way, red, or kind of close, blue?
As you're speaking to it, you just get that pulsing blue pattern again where you pet it.
Olgoth.
Is anyone else following Cass, by the way? She's wandering off along the river.
We're on the bridge talking, I guess.
I am watching and I am looking over at Tilde and
She's going.
Jarvis and going, I don't know, should we go down that way with her or she seems like she gets very irritated with us trying to help her lately.
You seem to be acting as a handmaiden or such.
I refuse
Perhaps
such a
you
thing. I do not
should
wish to do that. She's been
follow.
entirely too handsy with me.
You are giving the vibe that you are her assistant. That is true.
Not to do those things. I am not.
To Cass. Just
No,
stay.
Cass does not need to have the idea that I am her assistant.
Perhaps you could babysit and we'll go on ahead.
Can
You
So-
know what? You go ahead and go do the shopping. I will wait here for Cass. I will make sure nothing bad happened to her.
what? I thought I was going with you though to do this shopping.
But you two can. I don't know anything about purple worms either, so just.
I don't
go.
know anything about purple worms.
Yes, so somebody has to go learn. The two of you go. Go handle it, Telde.
Ugh.
So no one's around, Allie?
They're a short distance away
Up the
from you,
bridge.
arguing on the bridge.
You go, just go
Cass is
handle
just
the
gonna follow the blue.
shopping.
Corvus is going.
You're going to continue
twist his
following the blue?
arm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Cass.
Corvus, what the fuck are you doing?
Tinderbox.
Okay. You are trying to locate Cass's tinderbox. Yes?
Within 1,000 feet of you.
Within 1,000 feet of you.
A flint and steel, to be precise, if needed.
But it's Cassie's. How familiar of Cassie's are you? Oh.
Much more than Cassie would like to admit.
I've never seen Cassie use her flint and cinder box.
I haven't either, to be honest.
Don't be honest. You want to lie about this.
Uh-oh. Are you sure you didn't want to be a Mira's favored person on this one?
Interesting.
Oh,
A type of tool, nearest object of a particular kind.
Well,
Corvus,
it's more the
I
fact
knew
that
that.
this doesn't specify anything about being a different plane other than distance.
Oh no.
What?
It could be in a pocket dimension, such as a bag of holding.
Yeah,
And you
Corvus,
would not know.
it's not showing up.
I'm not getting anything. It's not here.
Well, it is maybe where she is heading off to. Like I said, why don't
he
Corvus,
turns it off.
Corvus,
Yes.
just go into town and start looking into this. Find out what that they eat, what they need.
Everyone on the
Do
bridge.
it. Yes.
Passive perceptions, please.
brace for impact.
Passive perceptions are not my thing. I do prefer not to do this, please. It is only
21.
a 15.
21?
33.
33?
15.
Okay, well, all three of you will hear a strange sound of not quite heavy stone chunks, but you know that when you get a little bit of crumbling coming from stonework, you can hear it. Up on a building across the river towards the centre of the city, just about 40 yards from you. And
I turn to look.
yeah,
Does that-
and if you look up, you see something that looks an awful lot like Klopp in his tentacle form,
Oh, see,
moving
this is
over
what
the
I-
edge of the building.
See, this is what I said not to cast some magic.
Well, honestly, something's bound to happen, regardless.
And it seems to regard you all curiously, its tentacles waving in the air.
It is like standing next to somebody who is by a fire and keeps
Slowly
jumping
wave.
over the fire and said that something was bound to happen.
You wave at it, and it seems to undulate its body from side to side. Two tentacles raising up on its left, which then pulse blue, and then two raise up on its right, which pulse green.
I am sorry, we do not speak your language so good. I understand purple is danger. What is green? Is that good? Is that hello? Hello?
It starts to just very slowly edge down the building, tentacles taking very careful hold, and does seem to be trying not to damage the structure. You see it's very delicate with where it places its hold. And then it's on the ground and just sort of undulates towards you all.
Without dinner first.
I'm sorry,
Me.
are we in trouble?
And it just seems to move side to side again and just pulses off blue throughout the entirety of its body.
Don't know what blue means. creature. We are not
I
from
am
this area.
going to cast a cantrip. I will use shape water briefly because there's water nearby, and I will make a globe of water in the air. Are you wanting to smell the magic?
It just wiggles its tendrils towards you briefly, and then just seems to be trying to seek about.
Corvus, do you have something not violent you can cast?
Yes.
Something
Suppose.
simple. Something simple. It's assigned to cat. It has caught whiff of you now, and you're gonna have to let it smell you.
It picks up a broken rock off of the trail.
I don't.
Flexes his hand over it and mending.
Well, you cast mending on the rock, and the rock doesn't actually repair, but it's a spell cast nonetheless, if a failed one. And it seems to wiggle its tendrils towards you, and briefly they seem to almost wrap about you, not quite touching, just hovering around your body.
Hello. Again, we're new here. If we did something wrong, we apologize for it.
And then it just sort of nudges your right arm.
My magic arm?
Your right arm.
What's your right arm?
The magic arm.
My left arm's my magic arm.
It's nudging your right arm.
Okay.
Your right arm.
Yes.
And it very, very gently, as if wanting you to do it, not trying to make you do it by force, it nudges it again, and you feel it just gently wrapping around and trying to turn your arm over.
Okay.
Will you? Or
Yeah.
And when
that's why I said okay.
when you do that, it just it tugs ever so slightly on your sleeve in a upwards up your arm motion, but doesn't actually pull it up.
Roll up
what's
my
the
arm.
You roll up your arm, and you see a mark on your arm that did not exist on your other form. Just this almost very crude tattoo. And it is just looks vaguely like a tentacle wrapping around an orb. And it's a faint blue tattoo. And this creature, upon regarding this, pulses blue at you again, and just gently pulls your sleeve back down.
You're approved.
Daddy, I think you're all right.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
And it flashes a few quick blues and greens at you once again before starting to move off back down the street.
Nice to meet you.
What?
It flashes some rapid yellows at you when you say that before it's around the corner and gone.
There's blessings upon you.
Show me your right arm. Trixie.
I'll show you my right arm.
Anything?
Oh my.
Trixie does not seem to have one of these.
Torde. Let me see your right arm.
Did you show him?
Yes, I'll show him.
Does not seem to have one of these marks either.
You
cast
are marked.
Magic, yeah. I'm marked, so is it like a warning system? Is it a punishment? Is it to track?
Maybe. All I know is...
And now Cass is no longer visible.
Oh, Cass is already gone. All right, the two of you, please go work on this purple worm thing. We cannot be completely distracted, okay?
Also,
our
Tinderbox isn't here.
Also, you're fairly fine. Yes, but it must be far away. She's probably maybe a mile or two upriver.
Yeah.
You never know. But don't you go find out about this purple worm thing. I trust the two of you to handle this. You're very competent people.
Speak with the
Arcana
Driters.
check to know limitations of spell.
Yes. What are you trying to know? Oh, okay, object. Yes, you are aware of the limitations.
I will find time to be bored. I will handle this. No worries.
I think we'll find time to be bored.
Limitations in terms of...
you know the exact details of the spell. Yep. You know it would not pick up in the pocket dimension.
It is possible it's in a bag of holding.
It may be, but she is quite a ways. And like I said, don't the two of you go. I will wait there for her. She needs to get this running out of her system. She is a very big ball of stress right now. You think that she didn't realize that she's been who she's been her entire life. We are in no more danger than we have ever been.
Would you prefer to switch jobs, Corvus?
What, to wait till Cass gets back? I don't even... You should not wait. We should probably go and get her. Just because she's going to do something that's going to make us appear not normal.
If you go chasing up and down on the river, yelling and throwing a fit about what the actions of a priestess, you will cause more harm than just letting her run. Let the horse run and tire herself out.
All right.
It is better than making her fight the rains.
Lightning, then don't.
And she may find it. It may be that these creatures have taken it and swam it down the river or whatever, and they're helping her. Just let her find out what she's going to find out. We are all exploring the city. It is fine. Go.
I'm gonna find out what this means. Come on, Telde.
Toralday. Goodbye, Ugar.
Goodbye, Trixie. Okay. Where are we going to meet up?
I'll see you at the end later. We can do settings.
The end.
We'll figure it out.
Right. Like I said, we are here at least 3 days, probably 4 years. We'll see. I don't know. And I'm gonna find a spot to sit down along by the bridge and just watch in the direction Cass went.
Okay. We were given where the purple worm breeders were, right?
You were told that they are in the city.
They're in the city. All right.
That's in the city. So go hoof it. Go get on it.
Heading into the city.
Okay. Cass.
Yes.
You've been following this for a little bit now. Give me an intelligence check, please.
The thing's probably lost. It's just like, why is this horse chasing? Why is this piece of
the motions it's making, the way it keeps sort of shadow diving in the water and then popping up and a bit of splash on you, it's definitely trying to keep your attention. It's leading you on. It really is. It's got to be in this direction.
Get away from me!
And the way that when you slow down, it seems to slow down as well. It's trying to keep with you.
Well, Cass will speed up to let it go faster if it wants.
Okay. As you start moving faster along the riverbank, you see it speed up as well, propelling itself through the water, and its little dives in and out start to get more and more dramatic. And this thing actually seems to catch air when it comes out of the water and briefly glide through the air before splashing down again. And you occasionally move past some people who you see couples at the water's edge just seem spending time together. A guard patrol at some point that just moves aside, and you see them give you a respectful bow with some quizzical looks as you speed by.
Cass is kind of doing the twirl on point and just waving and just continuing on.
And then you start to see the continuation of the wall that you saw earlier. A sort of arched hole in it that lets the river flow through, and the thing just seems to start to slow towards the edge of it, coming to a stop just 30 feet from the wall itself.
And Cass is going to slow down with it and just keep an eye out.
And then it starts to twirl about in the water and surging back the other way before twirling again, surging the other way as if trying to urge you that other way.
Back towards the town?
Back towards the town and the bridge, yes.
Was it here or no? Or were you just wanting to play?
It pulses blue at you.
What does
I would be angry, but you are adorable.
There's a little foop of its large thin body on the water surface, splashing water up at you before it twirls again and tries to surge and then stops to catch your attention.
Flirting.
Yeah. All right. I didn't
Kind of
find
like a
what I was
water-based
looking
mammal.
for. She's getting down. That was fun, but it wasn't what I was looking for. You have a good night. I need to go find my group. And she's going to splash the water, and then she's going to go tearing off down the riverbank again.
Right, it follows along, swimming rapidly through the water, doing the large splashes in and out as you run along the riverbank.
Oh.
Take it home with you.
I have
would.
an important link.
I would take it home. It's just it won't fit in the bag. And well, I'm
You
gonna
know how
eventually make
foldable it
back
is.
to the bridge.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long with the speed you're able to reach. Trixie, you see Cass approaching along the river's edge, and you can see this thing jumping in and out of the water, seemingly flashing these blues and greens. Occasionally, it flashes a deep yellow.
Mm-hmm. She's just sitting there humming a song, waiting.
And Cass is going to head up the water, and she's going to wave and make a little heart sign at it and go. So, I think I get what you were going for, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to decline at this time. Sorry. I'll let the temple know.
It flashes blue again, pulsing from the spot you pet it.
Mm-hmm. Only you can make its world seem right.
And you go out to Gifton, reunite.
Yes.
As Cass walks back up onto the bridge to come along with you, you see Gifton, this creature, pulse a few more times before slowly drifting, turning around, and brushing up against another of the creatures, which pulses blue, then yellow, and then this, and then they both start to twirl about each other and start splashing and racing up along the river, back down.
Yeah, it is cute. That is like they're playing together. I think they're going to be friends.
Cass is just kind of doing the two-hand face palm. It was flirting.
I think they want to play. Look, they're fun. It is hard to understand flirt from play because it is the same thing, but one is a little more passionate.
I thought I had an understanding. Apparently, I didn't.
No, you think you lost your tinderbox. Corvus cast magic and alerted the city briefly while you were gone. He could not.
Corvus isn't here.
I know you're not. I know you're gone. I'm telling Cassie.
I know.
Anyway, after Corvus did that, they left. But they did not detect it anywhere in the area. Maybe it is just somewhere in one of your bags.
Cass is going to start pulling off bags again and start looking again.
Give me another investigation check.
Do you want my help?
Cass will hand her one of the bags.
I will help. Look.
Okay.
I am giving you assistance so that you can have the advantage on your roll.
Does not matter.
I will also do a wheel. So, because I will help you with this, my friend. Have +1. You are
Okay.
10.
10. Yes. You are pulling out your bedroll when it feels a little weird, lumpy, and I'm rolling it briefly. You find your tinderbox has gotten lodged within the roll of it.
Cass is going to shove it back into the bag. Hate my life at times.
Well, I am sorry that I worried you. I was just worried something could have fallen out the way you went head over heels. Sometimes the tops of the bag.
No. You're fine. You're fine. It's just it seems at times the universe has a snide sense of humor with me.
It happens. Anyway, they are going to go look for the worm. And Corvus wanted to go find out that he has a strange tattoo on his arm. Do you have a tattoo on your right arm?
Cass looks at her bare arm.
You look at your bare arm, and there is nothing on it.
He has a tattoo on his arm, and he wanted to go find out what it is about. There was a clock creature that came by and was very talkative. It did not seem to be interested in the magic I was doing. It only cared about what Corvus did. I mean, Olgar. I got to remember his name is Olgar. Anyway, well, should we try to find them in town, or what did you want to do? I told them we would meet them at the tavern later.
Well, we found the tinderbox, so no messing up of the timeline.
Cass.
Yep.
There's suddenly a whoop and a splash of water up at you.
Cass is looking down over the edge.
Just at the edge of the bridge, just beneath you. You think it's the same one, flashing at you again, and then it starts to roll. And as it does, you can see the sort of flaps of its wide body creating something and shifting it along. Just these gentle folds at the edge, rolling what looks like to be a sort of black, blue speckled orb.
Oh no.
Is that an egg?
That's an egg.
Oh, it's a baby!
I think it wants me to surrogate.
Are you supposed to take that?
I don't know. I think it thinks I gave her a blessing.
Oh.
This is why this was a bad idea.
And this thing sort of nudges the egg out of the wall to briefly, rolling it along the edge of its body.
Oh, you better take that. Cassie, maybe you should go to the...
Yes, I'm going to go down and scoop up the egg.
Why don't you take that right to the... Oh.
And as you reach down, it actually pushes itself out of the water a bit more to meet you midway.
You want to pet it and let it know you're taking baby, and it will be okay.
Lets you take the egg.
Cass is going to pet and go, I will make sure it's taken care of.
And
maybe it, you didn't tell it you wanted to take it along, did you?
No.
Okay.
And it just seems to sort of flop back into the water, actually over onto its back, showing its underside to you briefly, and then just sort of does this little playful roll within the water, diving back down and starting to swim amongst the others again.
All right. I think you have a big responsibility there, little mummy.
Come on. We gotta find the temple. This is no.
I don't know if I should go. I think you are a priestess, and you do not need the assistance of a adorable, crazy drow girl. Yes. Do you? You want me to go with you, or do you want to go alone? It is a baby. Oh, here, I'm gonna get a blanket out, and I'm going to we should wrap it. Do you keep these warm? I do not know if you keep these warm.
It feels cool and slick in your hands, Cass. It's not a hard shell. It's almost rubbery but thick, dense.
Oh, I can probably I can create water, and we could stitch something together. I have a manta ray cloak. Yep, this will work. All right, I pull out my manta ray cloak, and I will offer it to you. We will lay the egg in here. I will make some water. It will keep it hydrated, so it will not dry out in the sun while we go. Okay?
Cass looks up.
It is waterproof.
It's night.
Oh, it is. It is weird how I can see. So good.
So Cass is going to wrap this up. Okay.
Oh,
let's go.
okay. Well, I still think maybe keep a little water with it. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. I'll help you make sure it stays stable. You don't need me though. You got many arms.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to go really, really weird. But anyways,
I will.
We're going to talk. We're going to talk. We're going to move and talk.
But
Talk and move.
okay. I was going to say when we won't be able to talk when we get closer into town much because of things.
No.
So if you motion for me to leave, I will leave so you can talk to the people if you're comfortable. But if you want me to stay, I will act a tizzy like I need you and I'm scared.
We'll see what they say first. But the diamond, yes, the diamond. Get that changed and
How about you give that to me, and then they will not think it is yours, and then I will be like, we have this made Iraq, and that way they won't think it's part of the church. Okay,
Yes.
that was a good plan. Okay, here I take the diamond. I put it in my bag.
And then
I think if we get 1,000 gold, if we get 1,000 gold out of it, it would be good. I do not think that the rest you should
It's
just
like
put in coins.
10,000, isn't it?
It's 10,000 gold total, but we should only get 1,000 of it in gold. The rest of it should be in gems, I think. Yes, smaller
Oh.
gems. That would be smart, so then we can trade it easier.
And then you're going to go buy Drider silk. A lot of Drider silk.
What, you're going to go buy the rider silk, young lady. I cannot carry all that
they
you can
won't
carry. I
buy
can.
it.
I am very. I have little arms, little weak arms. Scrim said so.
Scrim's also kind of abnormal.
Scrim is quite handsome. He's very tall.
Cass is holding this A, kind of doing normal people, and she's kind of doing the Y. Scrim, and she's holding her arms out as far apart as possible. Me,
Yes.
she kind of puts her Cass puts her arms back together. Scrim, I
Yes.
think I'm at
Tentacle beast, Cass.
Yes, you have. You have to understand. Your culture and my culture are very different. You see, Scrim is very tall for his species, and that is very attractive. I am very unattractive right now.
So, by your definition, on a scale of 1 to 10, Care would probably be like a 9, and Scrim is like a 380.
No, Scrim is just tall for a Goliath. He is just a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
Care is a 10.
Okay.
As you both walk along,
Carrick is breaking my chart right now because it's really quite short.
deep into the city, keeping the egg nestled safely. We're going to go
And
over
meant to take a
to
look.
Carrick and Shaxon.
Yeah.
As the party departs, Talal looks at you and goes, "Okay, where should we start? Would you like to learn the forging itself, or perhaps perhaps we have you try to do some of the runes for the forge itself?" I am
I think the rules should be a good starting point since that's the thing we definitely do not have.
a little unpracticed teaching. It's not many visitors.
The other thing I wanted to ask is, do you have any of the acid sitting around, or do you only get it by putting it through the worm?
The worm's stomach acid. Its properties are strange. They fade very rapidly once it leaves its body. It's not something you can keep. The metals you want processed, it is best to let it consume them, pass them through.
That is fair.
Would any other kinds of acid have similar effects?
The acids I have tried, they do not work very well. It is hard to find something as strong. Especially hard to keep it about, yes.
I don't know how well and how it would work for it as an exterior use, but maybe acid from a dragon.
From one of the Morgan kind, I don't know. I have never seen one in person.
Is there a way to test if it would work without having the material? Like if you had access to the acid?
I don't know. It is hard to say. What I have has already been treated. Without the modern material, I cannot tell if it would act the same, even if it was stronger. Yes.
Yes.
I suppose we could try and find more of the material, but I would not know where to begin.
This is a problem that we can consider later. It is one you've already got a solution to, so it's not one we need to solve immediately.
You are saying you have access to a dragon's acid, though?
Yes.
Something like that, yes.
You have some of those properties of dragonkind. Is it related?
Who is he directing that at?
It's both of you, actually.
Okay. Yes, in my case.
Would you be able to show me? It is rare that I get strong acid that I can use outside of, well, a creature.
I'm gonna kind of look around. I've used it for a decent amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It covers a large area.
It does.
Do I think I can do anything without harming anything?
You're not particularly sure. It'd be the first time trying.
Intentionally limiting yourself is a thing.
I could attempt. As a just in case, there be some area here that should definitely not, in case of damage, get hit.
He looks around the room briefly before scratching his head and going, help me move the wardrobes away from that wall and perhaps that.
Okay.
The most that will happen is you will score into the ground.
I will assist him in the moving of wardrobes.
Jax will help as well.
Okay, you help him shift some things out of the way. And, okay, and he will, as you do so, he will actually rummage around in a couple of drawers, and you hear vague clinking sounds as he pulls out what looks like to be very crudely blown glass jars. And he goes, this is something I have been experimenting with. It is hard to shape and such, but it's held other acids before.
It is worth an attempt. I've never tried to not produce a large volume, but we will see what I can do. And I'm going to pick one up from him.
It's carried away.
I'm gonna plus at least I'm immune to my own acid, so and I'm going to.
Just don't face him when you do it.
Well, we have the area already. I'm going to attempt to not produce too much. I'm just going to try to.
All right, Tarek, I want you to make me a con check, please.
Con check, not
Yes,
safe.
not safe. Okay, Tarek. You go through the familiar motions, you know how it feels when you mean to expel this. And you start. And you try to stop. And you can feel that your body does not like that. It feels like when whatever gland or organ it is within you that tries to expel this starts, it wants to empty out. But you manage to contract some muscles, get a really weird tight feeling in your chest, and stop the flow. Your throat tingles. Unpleasantly, but not painfully. And you expel still a bit too much into this jar. It overflows, scoring against the wall, and you see the rock sizzling and melting slightly. But that's about it. And you have a jar full of acid, which then shatters.
Like and neither did that.
And you see the shards of glass falling into the floor with this acid and starting to melt with it.
Does he keep the purple worm acid in that?
He didn't feed the worm acid at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
He literally feeds the metal to it, and then when it craps it out.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if he'd ever put any in it before.
He said that it lost all its properties pretty quickly.
Well, she was talking about seeing if the glass had, and yes, she said that it did hold acid before.
Yeah.
It wasn't specifically that acid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just didn't know if it had held acid before. So.
Yeah, you said it had. A little stronger, I'm guessing that.
Yes, I'm afraid your acid is a little more of the hydrochloric variety.
As long as it's not hydrofluoric, then it just eats glass.
Indeed, scars a little, and I was hoping it would work.
I apologize for.
No, it is no matter. We will perhaps work on something. See if we can come up with another way to contain it. But I'm sorry, I am distracting you from the actual purpose. Shall we start with making sure you know the runes well for the forge creation?
That is probably a good idea, yes.
We cannot get it to the same temperatures, but we should be able to make something that can drop temperature easily, and we will know then it is at least effective. The runes are correct. They just do not have the correct power source.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, then let us get some stone. We shall start building one, yes?
Yes.
And he will take you out to where he does actually have piles of rock that look like they have been crudely shaped, maintained, and he will start choosing out pieces to build a forge with. Back within the city, Telde and Corvus.
Hi.
You're walking through the city, moving back into the more hustle and bustle of it. How are you going to go about trying to find this purple wormplace?
Is there a vendor that we're walking by?
It doesn't take you long to find a vendor. You find a vendor that just seems to be selling little homemade knickknacks. It looks like to be wooden bowls, spoons, that sort of thing. Crudely craft, but not terrible. Just, very basic.
In that case, if Corvus doesn't plan to do anything that would circumvent this, I would just talk to the first vendor I see. So in that case,
that's pretty much Corvus's plan as well. So it's just like find someone to talk to.
When the vendor actually notices you approaching, there looks like to be a young drow man. Actually, man's not even correct. It looks like he is practically young, teenager perhaps. His eyes light up briefly, and he actually stands up from the stool he was just sitting at very lazily behind this
no.
stool, and he goes,
"Greetings, friend."
Wanderer, hello.
It is an honor to meet you.
But the honor is mine most deeply. Please, how may I help you?
I would like to look at your wares, but also my friend is looking for a creature, purple worms for sale.
Oh, purple worms. You would find those in the bazaar. They are that way. And he just points off actually quite a bit the way you came. You know that the bar you were staying at was in that direction. It is actually near the southern gate.
This southern gate, then, in the bazaars. Is it quite a noticeable vendor?
Oh yes, they have many creatures there. Some adults even should not be hard to find.
Oh, good.
Many go to just see them. Yes.
Corvus kind of won't know because the totem, the amulet, auto tunes everybody. Okay, never mind. Because Corvus said good. It's like, oh no. That is very good. Yes, my friend, you were wanting to acquire some of these intricate works.
I'm just going to look closer at what they've got.
Okay. There's actually a whole array of basically little eating sets, spoons, forks, No particularly knives that you can see, but these wooden plates, wooden bowls, and yeah, they're basic, but they are serviceable.
You know, all of the marvelous foods that we are sampling would do well to be served from such things.
But you speak very kindly. I know that this is not as grand as your kind normally has, but I appreciate your words.
It is an honor to use something crafted with care.
As in,
Oh no, the poor
My
brownie.
husband will be so happy.
well, please, your kind travels lots, yes? I hear stories. I've even listened to visiting wanderers before. Would you need something to take with you?
It would be trying to think of another word without constantly fucking saying honor.
Honor.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Wonderful.
It would be
Appreciate it.
the greatest gift that I could get.
And then in that case, here. And he actually reaches over and pulls up what looks to be just a small shallow bowl with a smaller bowl within it, and sets it down in front of you. These are small, compact, should fit into any travel bag easily, and here, these are nicely sturdy. They are made from some of the toughest wood we have, and he's basically just setting down towards you small pieces, short fork, short spoon, small bowls, and even a small little, what's said to be a wooden topped, leather-skinned wineskin, essentially.
Masket, rustic masket.
Yeah, little differently shaped than most wineskins you're used to, but he sets those down in front of you. These should suit you on your travels, I would hope.
I cannot thank you enough for this great wonderful trust that I may be able to enjoy your works.
He actually bows his head and pushes him towards you and just goes, in exchange, may I ask you for the gift?
I will do what I can.
It would be my greatest honor if you could carry my name to distant shores.
Certainly.
And
Tell me about yourself.
and his eyes light up, and he starts to tell you about himself. He tells you that his name is Luai. He tells you about his mother Ambara, and his various siblings. And he just works here helping out. His father is actually in the guard, out on patrols, isn't around a lot, so he tries to help, earning a bit of extra coin for the family, so that they can have more than just the basic amenities. And he tells you his passions. He does some wood carving, but he actually really, really likes to sing. And he tells you all about himself. Takes about 10 minutes.
Corvus would like to roll insight on this. He's just trying to gauge how much revere and respect Talday's race has, and is this gifting just something that may be just commonplace? Like, what would be something to sell, they would give as a gift if
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Came around. Just listening to the conversation and his mannerisms.
It's reverence, but not quite the kind you've seen for the priestesses or so on. It's more like a a bit of respect for somebody that's in a good position, rather than, oh my god, you are the divine.
Mhm.
And you can tell that this idea of having his name taken to a distant shore of someone else knowing about him that isn't here seems to carry a lot of weight.
Like a bard singing your name.
Yeah.
The fact that he mentioned liking to sing, I will prod a little bit to see if I can get a little bit of singing.
And he seems embarrassed by that at first, but does actually give you a little demonstration. Hushed, not particularly confident, but yeah, he has a pleasant voice. A little unpracticed, but you are well aware of the potential in such a thing.
Truly, this is a blessed day, for you have gifted a wealth of knowledge and more.
Thank you, Wanderer. It touches me to hear that.
But I beseech you a question.
Of course.
Your father isn't a god, yes?
Yes.
The creatures that are perched on the walls, they communicate through flashing of colors.
Yes.
We are not familiar with these, and we were wondering to know what colors mean what. Or is it a feeling like someone else said, or is there a direct translation?
There are no direct translations. Even the different creatures, they have different meanings. Although there are similar things. The purple warning, the blue calm, the yellows of excitement. Yes.
Okay. So, blue, yellow, purple. What is aggression, perchance?
Aggression. Aggression. It is like the color of your blood, the red. Yes.
It makes sense, but upon
But
seeing it,
do not
it's
panic
very
if you see it
confusing.
in small glimpses. It is often
A hue of colors.
well, and the red is often used as the accent to the important. Yes.
That is fair.
Lots of red is bad.
I am embarrassed to say, but one of these did approach blues and purples.
Well, what ones? One of
Blues
the
and
builders?
yellows. No, the ones up on the tower. I cast some spell, and it was concerned, I presume.
Oh, one of the seekers came for you.
Yeah, that's what it was. And he shows the tattoo.
Oh, it is the mark. You are a magic user, yes?
Yes.
Well, I have not seen one of your kind before. They are to look for magic they do not recognize, find the young that are capable, or those that might be trying to do misdeeds. If you are not marked and you are using magic and, nefarious, yes?
I see. So, with the mark, it shows that it is a magic user.
It is a mark that means you are a magic. It is the hue, the scent, the color. That is what the stories say.
I see. Huh. It's good to know.
I wonder her and the magic user. This is an exciting day.
And Corvus is going to reach in his pocket. Thank you for your time and your gracious of information. And he lays down a gold piece for him.
That is not necessary. The gift he is giving is more than enough for what is being taken.
This is from me. This is for my inquiries and taking your time away from your purpose here.
Oh, then my friend, then you must. Yeah, and he's actually going to pick up a couple of a flagon, and a little plate set, and offer them up to you. Please.
No, that would be splendid as well.
Thank you both for your kindness. And he seems giddy.
We'll
can-
Things
you
happened to him,
slightly,
and he got
and-
money. Oh, and he's having the best day ever.
You can take this as a story about your day of what you
Okay.
had occur on this fateful evening.
Well, indeed. It's true what they say about the Londoners. Your kindness and patience knows no bound. And I see that the company you keep is much the same.
Ulgar will nod and smile.
And
Well,
he gives a very deep bow towards the both of you.
Shall we then proceed on?
Yes, we must continue on.
Okay. And both of you depart to this humble little stall, which...
Okay, what did I get? I got a flagon.
flagon,
Mess kit.
yeah, it's essentially a mess kit. It's a plate rather than a bowl, which is a little inconvenient while out in the field, but
Yeah.
it's serviceable.
All right.
Okay, and you continue
I'm
on.
keeping inventory of Sahal stuff because I don't know what we need to do with it afterwards.
I mean, it'll
Keep
be a
it.
neat. It'll be a neat souvenir.
we could give it to Lord Harkount. He likes the Ha items.
Yeah, sure.
Wow,
Are you
it's
giving me a wooden
in
bowl?
it's in such good condition. For
This looks like it's
something.
made
Fantastic.
with recent wood. This is worthless.
That is true. That is very true.
I said it'd be a great souvenir. We'd always remember it.
Yeah.
Okay, you continue on through the city. It takes a while, and you actually do pass by the Sphinx's temple again on your way. You continue on past. Are you going to divert to do anything, or are you going to head towards the southern gate?
Chorus, he's found out what the mark means, and yeah, Talday. Let's go, Purple Worm.
Yeah, I'm gonna head for the southern gate.
Okay.
Do you want to honor each and every stall here?
No, I don't think we have time.
Do you
Is
want
there a
food in
cabbage
that?
cellar?
Do you,
Oh, wait,
do you,
no.
My
do you have-
cabbages.
do you want food in that bowl,
Cabbages.
though?
No,
I mean, you
I'm
got a
actually
bowl.
not going to be focused.
When
on
you
food
do
right
pass the Sphinx's temple, the smell of food in the air does grow stronger. It looks like there are quite a few stalls and vendors around it. And oh, Telday, it does smell good. But you keep moving.
We'll stop here on the way back.
And eventually, you can see the southern wall over the buildings, and you can see an area on top of it that looks like the kind of protrusions and heightened bits you'd have around a gate. So it must be where the southern gate is. And as you move through a few more streets, you can hear the bustle before you see it.
You know, there's one thing. How are we actually going to pay for one of these? We only have so much funds.
You have 3 platinum and 50 gold each.
May be able to make arrangements if it's beyond our current currency.
I noticed that the young man, you seem to have a large presence, your form, a bit of respect and honor to these people.
Calling me fat.
It's
I'm
accurate, but
I'm not one to want to use such things, but
But I
it
am.
may be advantageous to do so if the circumstance arises.
it is possible that tonight's story will bring other benefits.
Well, I hope you have a very creative mind.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to come up with a story.
Once upon a time, there was a village called Tarnstead.
Burned down.
It was very horrible, and I am still traumatized. The end. Wait, I wasn't
There
there.
was this boy whose foot was
Stop
injured
there.
by an arrow.
Oh.
We called him Arrowfoot.
But yes, soon enough, you round a corner, past a building, and you can see opening up into a wide plaza, arrayed with fabric stalls, tents, large ones in some spots. Just a whole array of colours, stalls, and smell of food, and the bustle of people discussing trade. You can even hear things like hammering and sawing off in one direction. But yes, it looks like you have hit what looks like to be a very large market.
Alright, purple worms. Right. They're large, probably draw quite a crowd. Let's try to find the animals.
Okay.
All right. Do I see animals?
Yeah, do we see a giant purple worm?
You don't
on
see
the
animals
cityscape?
immediately, but as you start wandering through the market, it doesn't take long for you to come across what looks like to be someone selling creatures. You can see the familiar sights of camels, what looks like to be a very dog-like creature, although its shoulders are sort of more bulky. It looks a lot like a gnoll. You both know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually just
hyena.
laying lazily on its back, seemingly sleeping. And
You know
a
which one that one is descended from?
large lizard folk who is clad in these very soft leathers, which seem to be painted in spots in bright colours. She's currently just feeding what looks like to be a rust monster.
Squiggles.
All right, we can't do anything to it. It might be Squiggles. Great.
Yeah. No
Oh man,
one
this is gonna
touched
take a while.
this.
Behind
This-
her is a very large tent.
Good evening.
He's gonna get a good price there.
Good evening. Are you both seeking something? I have many of the blessed creatures here to show you.
We are indeed. We are hoping to acquire a purple worm egg, if that is at all available.
A purple worm. Yes, I
Or
have.
perhaps.
I have a small number of eggs. And I will not have all of them for long. Some are soon to hatch and must be returned outside if they are not sold here.
Is an expected date for the hatching?
No date, but a few weeks, perhaps.
In a few weeks. Do you mind if we take a look at them?
Of course, please follow me. And she snaps her fingers a little bit at the sleeping hyena, which sort of pops up, makes a very strange noise. I don't know if you guys have actually fought gnolls before.
No, we haven't.
And then she goes, "Okay, precious God," and its tongue just rolls out as it stares at her, and she shakes her head slightly and just heads into the tent, beckoning for you to follow.
So, yes,
We'll comply.
we'll follow.
As you head on in, there is an array of fenced off little sections in this tent, just wooden posts. Some of these areas seem to be covered in hay, and you can see strange eggs resting in them. Another just seems to be a sand pit with braziers lighted around it, apparently keeping whatever is buried within the sand there warm. But she takes you over to what is just a small little set of piled up rocks that have a small fire going beside them. I must ask, what purpose do you need it for?
Out of character.
Mhm.
This was for the processing of
Metal. Yes, but we are probably keeping it as also a pet.
and we will be keeping it. Okay.
Yes, because I mean,
Yeah.
Keep it as
It's a giant freaking worm.
Also, we need
fly
we need
field.
like 2 of them because we want them to have social life.
Oh.
We
Okay.
yeah, we might need
Yeah.
a breeding pair or so.
Yeah.
Well, they're eggs, so.
Yeah. Oh, as well, that hopefully you can find out if you can get like cheaper by the dozen, if you know what I mean.
I think she only has like 3 or 4. It sounds like.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. We'll be training it for protections and I guess there was a individual
Protection.
who
They are not meant for fighting.
not really protection, I guess. There was an individual who had desires for the processing of materials, certain gastric fluids that help in this manner.
Ah, you want them for work to get the minerals and the gems.
I believe that was the desire, yes.
You understand the care and training required for these?
I was not informed about that, and I was hoping to gain some knowledge from you in that regard.
I am not a teacher, just a seller.
There are others in our company that may be versed. We could query them.
Do you have the ability to obtain
Trained ones. No, must value those far too highly. The training is worth more than the creature itself in some ways.
Yes, knowledge often is.
Yes. And she just bows her head towards you briefly as if, yep, wise words. But if you wish to learn, the knowledge is freely available. The temple holds many scrolls and many that carry it within their minds.
Well, with a week or more to have one hatch, I'm sure one of our company can skill themselves up to learn the proper care and management of such a creature. There was ideas of having 2 to have a pair or a social company amongst themselves. Would that be something of reason?
Yeah, she seems to cross her arms a bit and leans back, supporting herself with her tail, it looks like. And just goes, you are already planning to breed them and you do not know how to raise them. They will not sell to irresponsible owners.
I don't think breeding was part of it. It's just have a company.
Well, 2 males would do you better then. They get along a lot more.
Can you tell by just the egg?
Yes, the discoloration on it. And she actually moves a few rocks aside and just picks an egg up. You see how it pales towards the left side? This indicates female. Not always guaranteed, but good enough. Where do you be planning to have these?
Fine.
Far away. Unfortunately.
Unfortunate some ways, good others. Spread is always a joyous thing.
We will be doing much traveling, so.
You go, you learn what you need. And you can tell me that you know what you need. They will sell to you.
And once that has been achieved, what would be the expected cost for 2 males?
2 males, Normally I sell 300 gold pieces per egg. We could come to an arrangement, perhaps, for more.
I think that is reasonable. It looks at Torday.
We can certainly come to an arrangement.
Do not take too long, though. I will be sending them out within a week or two to make sure they can be taken somewhere safe to hatch if they do not sell.
But you will reserve to... it's first come, first serve.
She seems to look you both over.
She's got to make her sale, yo.
Yeah, I know.
I would rather see them in safe hands than have an unreliable maybe not picking them up.
That is fair. That is very fair. Well, I will hopefully come back to prove that either I or one of our company is the proper caretaker for such a creature.
Very well. And if you want something easier to raise, I have many other things.
Well, I will be sure to offer that up to our more...
Gifted.
I'm trying to find a word that kind of describes pet enthusiast.
We take a menagerie
So,
home.
Eric.
Hey.
Then Carrick. Yep.
Yeah.
We can have a menagerie.
to one of ours that is of the caretaking variety.
A handler.
Yeah, handler. That is a good word.
Let's point out I'm an indoor animal. I don't know anything about these purple worms.
Well then, I hope to see you again soon.
And you'll be here the whole time.
This is my stall. This is my spot, yes.
Perfect.
You'll be here the whole time, even when you're sleeping.
Sorry, we are at a town. So just getting the lay of the lands.
Oh, you may find my husband here instead of me, but I will tell him of the Wanderer and his Dragar friend.
Ulgar smiles and nods.
Olga. And then she looks at you, Tilde.
Torte.
Karana.
Bow.
Karana, right?
Yes.
Piranha?
Karana.
Karana.
Kyra.
That's good to know that she's named after a goddess. That's good for me.
Oh no. Are we gonna die and then get back up?
Well, Karana, you have a good and blessed evening.
And to the both of you.
I to turn and walk out. What else does she have?
She has a whole lot of stuff in here. You notice there isn't a lot of live animals. Seems to be a whole lot of eggs.
Yeah. Okay.
Including, you see a few what looks like to be basins that are just holding very small little glistening objects in them. There's a whole variety of shapes and sizes.
Glistening items.
Small rounded orbs, essentially.
Huh.
Basically, lots of eggs in different shapes.
Oh, like, yeah. Like a spawn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you head on out of the tent.
Oh, yeah. Alright. I'm gonna have to spend some more time here, I suppose.
You or Carrick are possibly the best options.
Yes.
Unless Trixie would be more in tune.
The thing is, I don't think Trixie can sit at one spot and read a book for very long.
Ow.
Suppose
I'm in a fucking book club, you monster! I read
that multiple times.
I know that she's mentioned having learned about religion from a book, so I was about to say that she said that.
I've been reading romance novels with goddamn Lady Gentle for the last year.
I did not know that!
You got told about it
multiple times.
You were picking on me about
I think you underestimate her.
I seem to be doing that a lot lately.
We even did the horrible thing where Gibson was reading it out loud to Care and upset people for a little while there.
So, are you still attracted to Cass in her new form?
What?
I'm glad I wasn't
I
drinking at that moment.
noticed you staring at her front.
Oh, Torte.
Just
Let's
smiling, staring down at you.
Let's talk about the appeal of physical appearances.
Well, leaving them on that awkward
do
conversation,
inform me.
we are going to move over to Cassie and Gifton.
Oh no! Don't swap on our account.
No, please.
Uh-huh.
Just roll over.
Yes, please, Corvus. As our resident doctor, explain to me all of these physiological.
You two better have a decent line to come back in on when I return to you. All right, Gifton and Cassie.
That's how wide it is. It's the girth.
You're heading towards the temple.
Yes.
Yes, we're heading to the temple in a bit of a rush.
Okay. I have to clarify: the Sphinx Temple or the other temple you've been told of?
I'm going to ask. Excuse me.
Yes?
This priestess is from out of town. We are trying to find the temple here. Could you please direct us?
Center of town, the very large one. And she just points, and there is a very large pyramidal structure in the center.
Thank you so much. We are from out of town, and we are in a hurry. We have a baby.
My congratulations.
It's not ours. We just found it.
Congratulations to whoever's there. And
it's ours now, basically. Thank you. The melody carry you. Bye bye. And
That's not worrying at all.
And yes, you are both able to head towards the very large pyramidal structure in the middle of town.
I was supposed to say that art. Fuck.
Yeah, leaving behind a very confused drow lady. It doesn't take you long to get towards it. The buildings around it in general do seem to be a lot bigger. Multiple tiers for all these buildings, a whole 4 floors, which is impressive for the era.
This is incredibly too much building.
And there are a lot of children around the buildings here.
Hello, little ones. Hi.
And you get a few waves, and Cass gets a lot of stares and a lot of sort of looks.
Excuse me, could you tell me where you know the priestesses take the babies, like the eggies, when they find them?
And the young little Duragar that you've stopped by to talk to is just staring up at you. Her eyes are wide, and she just goes, egg? I don't know. Eggs, I guess they would keep them in there as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very pretty, miss.
You are very adorable.
And you're very pretty, miss. I mean, priestess.
This priest is Cassiopeia. Can you say Cassiopeia?
Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia.
Yes, she has a big name. You do very good.
And Cass is just smiling and kind of doing the tippy-tappy with tentacles that she does with those.
I'm going to give the little girl 3 copper pieces. Here, go get yourself a snack.
She looks a little confused by the gift, but sort of clutches the copper pieces in her hand and just nods. Thank you, miss.
Go get a treat. Bye-bye.
And then she actually just heads back towards the building and starts going, Mom! Mom!
Good money.
And yeah, you're able to go towards the temple. When you actually see the immediate base of the temple, no longer buildings obscuring it, you do see that there is a large opening at the center, maybe 20 feet wide, 30 feet tall, where there are a pair of doors set into it that are just wide open. And a couple of the strange scorpion-like guards that you've seen before, just very sort of lazily resting. Their lower bodies are actually resting on the ground.
Excuse us.
Cass is pulling up. Rookery, where's the rookery?
Priestess and
You here? Rookery.
luckily,
This is her first time at the temple, but one of the creatures in the water gave her this egg just now, and we do not want any harm to come to it.
you've been given a nice gift. If you need somewhere to keep it safe, here, follow me. And one of them will just start leading you into the temple.
I will look over at Cassie like, do you want me to come with, or do you want me to stay here?
Cass is gonna go. Go. I'll find you. I'll find you.
I will bow my head. Goodbye, priestess.
Okay. Cass, you are led into the temple. Immediately, it opens up into a large chamber, not as large as the entirety of the structure. You can see a ceiling above you. But there are a lot of drow and a few lizards and lizard folk and Duragar in here as well. Sorry, 1 second. Ill DM.
Cass's deity radar has gone into overdrive, hoping that she does not spot Heya.
And the guard actually seems to be looking about before his eyes light up, and he goes, there, Najwa, would you come help this blessed priestess? She is new here and has one of the eggs from the river. And this young drow woman just hurries on up to you, and Cass, like most of the priestesses, her outfit is not covering a whole lot. It is particularly revealing. But the strange goat horn-like headdress she has on is particularly unostentatious. Just seems to be of a carved wooden nature and just has some fabric draping from it very nicely. And she comes on up to you and gives you a deep bow of her head. And, blessed priestess, when did you get this?
About 5 minutes ago. How long did it take us to get here?
It took you about half an hour.
Actually, no. About a half hour, 45 minutes.
It's very strange to see them out of season, but it does happen. Here, and she'll lead you off to the side where there are stairs going down, and they look like they go down beneath the outer wall of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And she just leads you down, and you come into a chamber that just seems to have a lot of large pools within it. You see another priestess in there that is much like you. The strange tentacles just sort of sprayed about. Seems to be putting one into a pool right now and just going through its contents. And the young acolyte that's leading you along takes you over to one of the pools and just goes, yeah, this is not in use currently.
Okay. Cass will put the egg into the water.
And you very easily deposit the egg into the water, and she smiles up at you and goes, "You will make sure to take it out now and then. You know how they like to keep them."
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I'm new. Cass is smiling.
And she looks over your form and just gives you a confused look. No?
I'm supposed to talk to Jala tomorrow.
Oh, Jala, well, and she looks a little lost for words. Like, this entire situation is a bit strange to her. Do you
She's been
need
at this for years waiting?
Cass is looking at it. It's strange to me too.
Do you not know how these work then?
No.
They like to keep the young around the rocky areas within the water where the water, and she just motions up and down for the day and night.
So, near tides.
Yes.
And there are no tides in the rivers.
No, which is why we take their eggs when the season comes.
That's why they got my attention.
Perhaps, yes.
No, they were very much grabbing my attention.
They tend to try and hide them away, frankly. But You must have had one must have liked you, yes?
Well, I ran with them for a while.
Bless you.
Yeah. She just nods a little bit and goes, well then, it is good that you got their affection. Would not want one to perish.
Mm-mm.
Do you intend to take it with you?
I don't know if I can.
If not, we will see. Make sure it is hatched safely.
Mhm.
But do you require quarter?
No, I'm with some traveling companions, and
Ah, where do you hail from?
the coastal regions. We're from a little hamlet that we really haven't named yet.
Oh, I know a place. Huh? And do you come from there? You have not been here before?
No.
We have not heard of that.
It was a very long trip across the sands.
I hope that you have found rest here.
It's been an interesting trip.
In that case,
Cass is smiling.
would you just like a tour around the temple grounds?
If I may.
Of course. And she will actually start to leave the chamber, motioning for you to follow her along.
Cass is going to trail along.
And she will actually start to give you a tour. It looks like there are these large underground sections cut into the rock at each of the walls of the temple, except the entrance one. They do seem to be used for keeping young. A lot of watery ones in that one. The one on the other wall facing just seems to be a very dry room. A lot of heat and temperature in there. And then another room that is kept more at a sort of ambient temperature, where you can see large eggs just resting in these sort of weaved basket nests.
What sort of eggs are those?
Those ones there, the large ones, they are the builders, yes?
Oh.
Yes,
Okay.
when they are laid, we make sure that they are kept here safe inside. Whether it comes from the builders or from the priestesses, we keep them safe.
Oh, okay.
Because occasionally one gets missed, but they are so noticed when they have hatched. And over here, up these, and she takes you basically to stairs that start to rise up along the center of this pyramid and lead into upper chambers. Here we keep the knowledge, the scroll work. We have some small magical devices that can record sound. Always entertaining for the younger ones. It's easier to educate them that way, you know. They have more fun listening to the fun voices. Over there are some of the classes. And as she's leading around, basically just naming off all these different sections. And she leads you to a floor. I cannot go further from here, but you are one of the blessed.
Oh.
It is for the blessed only up there.
Oh. Okay. Then I may want to wait for Jala so I just don't go stumbling someplace I shouldn't be stumbling around up there.
There are all of the places somewhere you should be.
You're right. Right. I'm Cassiopeia, by the way.
It is nice to meet you, Cassiopeia. I am Najwa.
Could you spell that for me, Allie? I think I have it.
Nadwa, is that right? Or no, Najwa. Okay, that's different than what I had. I'll fix that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Najwa.
Okay.
And if you need anything, I will be downstairs. You can come find me.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is very sudden.
I do not know your... Yes?
I missed what she was.
She is a drow.
Drow.
She's a drow. Okay.
She's a normal drow.
And she just gives you a bow, her arms flaying out to the side, which seem to show off the fabric that's running from her wrists around her body, before just turning and starting to head back downstairs.
Cass is going to wander up the stairs.
Right, you wander on
Very
up, Cass.
slowly and cautiously.
And immediately when you come up, you can see more of a kind like you. Some a little more ornamented than others. Their headdresses more ornate, or some more decorated fabrics. So most seem to be just talking to each other. Some are reading over this scroll work, and immediately something catches your eye. You actually see one of the drow priestesses you met on the bridge.
Oh. Cass is looking very carefully to make sure she does not see a particular entity she is supposed to avoid.
She seems to be talking to somebody that is around a corner. And it's hard to see them. You can see their hands sort of gesturing forward, as if they're in conversation with them. Leather gloves, which is a little unusual. You've not seen anyone wearing gloves as far as you're aware. But she actually sort of catches you out the corner of her eye, and as she turns to face you, you see a smile crossing her face, and she just sort of waves at you with her hand as if gesturing you over.
Oh no. Cass is going to slowly cross the distance.
And as you come on over, she seems to turn back to the figure talking, and you start to get more and more of them as you approach this corner. Notably, the first thing you see is past this glove hand, white skin, seemingly wearing a short vest, showing off most of their arms, which white skin, bit unusual here. And as you come up close to her, feathers. Feathers of a large wing shooting off to the side. And as their torso reveals, that's an angel, Cass.
And I have no idea who it is.
And she smiles at you and goes, Cassiopeia, wasn't it?
Yes. Allie, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When I changed shape, did Tempest change shape as well?
Tempest does seem to be in a more Saran style, although the metal is very distinctly the same.
Okay, so is it still in a scabbard?
Yes.
Okay. Cass is making sure that's tied up and not coming out.
Okay. And she smiles and goes, I'm glad to see you here.
So you're fumbling with your scabbard as you go up to
You're getting accustomed to the grounds, I hope?
What's that?
You are getting accustomed to the grounds, I hope?
Came here in a little bit of an emergency. One of the water creatures gave me an egg.
Oh, well, you are already fulfilling your duties.
I don't know. As was discussed earlier, I have no idea.
I do apologize. My friend, this is one of our newly minted priestesses. She is a wild one. Sometimes our goddess sees fit to bless one out in the field. And the figure, which is a little taller than a lot of the drow you've seen, although does not compare in height to the both of you, for obvious reasons. It seems to be about 6 foot or so. Has short brown hair, just these soft green eyes, almost hazelnutty, in fact, and is wearing just a crude leather tunic, leather pants. It just seems to be very old style of leather, not something you're particularly accustomed to. And he smiles at you and just reaches out to take your hand and brings it up and actually just touches his forehead to it, which is not a custom you're particularly used to. And he goes, it is a pleasure to meet you.
And you too. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with you.
We are not a particularly common sight around here, I suppose. I am one of Mirris's angels.
Oh no.
Cass's eyebrow goes up. Miris,
You know of Miris, I'm sure. You can't tell me that the teachings are lacking the other gods. And he says, he's almost jokingly towards the other priestess, who shakes her head and goes, No, they come up, of course. Although, perhaps, do not worry, the stories of us and deception, they're very exaggerated. I'm more of a performer myself. And he just smiles at you softly, Cass.
I kind of know that feeling. I have friends who are performers.
Oh, marvellous. It's one of the most important crafts. My name's Lucifer.
Nice to meet you, Lucifer.
It's nice to meet you as well. Perhaps I'll let the two of you get on with things and we can resume our conversation later, High Priestess. And she sort of looks at you, Cass, as if, do you want me now?
No, I was just taking some advice to come on up from Najwa. She was the one who helped me downstairs.
Well, but perhaps I will see the both of you later, if I'm lucky.
It was good to meet you, Lucifer.
Pleasure is mine. And he gives you a short little courteous bow before he starts to walk off back the way you came. And High Priestess sort of smiles at you and goes, an exciting day for you, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to meet an angel.
Yes, it's a little awe-striking the first time, yes?
Yes.
Not the word Cass would use for it.
I would not call it awe-inspiring, more abject terrifying.
Oh, no, you cannot feel that way. They are our friends. Do not let their strange appearance frighten you, dear.
But he was so pale.
No, I do not understand how he does not burn in the daylight, but, well...
I would fully expect him to combust.
And she actually laughs at that and just drapes an arm around your shoulders, Cass. I know, it is very strange, but still, they have been most helpful, and it is good to keep good ties.
Indeed.
And I have to say, he is a particularly charming fellow.
Really?
Oh, yes. If I did not have my duties, I may ask him for the night, although I do not expect to receive anything in return. Sure, it is good to dream, huh?
Game.
Quite exotic. Still, perhaps we should, have you been shown around much?
Najwa took me around, but she had to stop because she's not allowed up here.
Well, then perhaps, I don't know how much time you want to spend. I did say come tomorrow, but, I can give you some small teachings, or just leave you to read some of the scrolls.
Well, one of my companions, Trixie, was with me, and I kind of left her at the door.
Oh, you should have brought her in.
Again, I panic. I panic easily.
Well, we must then teach you calm.
My friends like to refer to me as a someone we met long ago said I acted like a horse.
Horse. That is.
I don't know.
Well, in that case, I suppose if you do not want to keep her waiting, then we shall not keep you.
I appreciate you wanting to give me some teachings and show me around, but it's been a long day, and it's been a long day.
Well then, go get your rest. Although I do expect to see you tomorrow, she says, actually a little sternly.
Yes, ma'am.
That's good. Well then, I will see you on the tomorrow night, and you'll get started. Go on then, sure. Go get your rest.
Was this suddenly I forgot her name.
Jala.
The other one.
Jala.
Dala?
The Jala.
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 Yes, the older one.
Okay. I thought Jala was the younger one.
It was Incy and Jala. I don't know we got the name for the older one. We didn't. It was just we got
Was
Jala's
it-
name. Jala introduced herself to me because she flirted with me.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, she's
that's
the
right.
younger one.
Sorry, I just have both of their names written down and don't actually have it assigned. No,
yeah, Jala was the one that flirted with me.
this is the older one in that
I
case.
think.
The pregnant one, then.
They were both
They
pregnant.
both were pregnant.
Yes.
They were both
Okay, so
Yeah.
this isn't Jala then.
This is not Jala then. No.
Okay, so it's not Jala. So I don't know what the name of this one is.
Ma'am, I think I forgot to get your name when we first.
Oh, of course. Do forgive me. I am Shala.
Shala and Jala.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Damn families that want to name their kids with
But they have so many.
rhyming
Does
names.
that mean it's like that for Jala? Because I put a JLA.
Yes, it's like that for Jala.
I correct my spelling.
Yes. You'll come find me tomorrow, but you'll rest tonight. Go on, dear.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. I hope you have a good night.
And you. The night is young
Cass
yet.
is and Cass is going to slither away.
Okay. Alright. You're heading out of the temple? You're going to linger around? What are you doing?
Cass is heading out of the temple.
Okay. Now, Gifton.
Mhm.
Where did you go?
I don't know. I wandered off.
You wandered off?
I wandered off. I kind of like, well, she's got that. We're meeting at the tavern later.
Okay.
Gibson's just gonna go wander the streets for a bit.
You wander the streets for a bit, and you pass a few of. You actually pass another tavern, where you get briefly accosted. A drow lady comes out and is clearly a little tipsy, and just sort of goes, "Well, hello there, little cutie. Want to come
Hello.
join me and my friends?"
Not tonight, sorry.
Ah.
Thank you though.
And her hand just goes to her heart as if, wounded. But then she just gives you a soft smile and bows her head at you. And you are able to continue on.
Mhm.
And soon enough, you are back in a quieter area. Seems to be another one of the basically living streets. There's a couple of children outside of the doorway just playing a little game with what looks like to be crude dice. And you can see a few of these strange, smaller, luminescent creatures climbing up the side of a building, seemingly just arraying themselves in an odd pattern on it. And it's quite striking as they start to flash in almost a strobing pattern, one flash going from one creature to another to another. And as you're watching this, you hear a little curse from behind and up above you, and a clatter behind you.
I look around.
You look up or down immediately. You hear a clatter on the ground and up a curse.
And then down.
Okay. When you look up, you see a rather scrawny-looking woman up there. Very slight of frame. Her hair's just tied back in a ponytail, and for a moment it's of no real regard. She looks normal until you realise, wait, hang on, that's not a drow. That's really pale. That looks like an elf, a standard elf. And when you glance down, there seems to be a little wooden tablet on the ground with a lid that has sort of slightly ajar on it and a few quills spilt out of it.
I'll start picking this up. Did you drop this?
Yes, sorry, I did not mean to startle you.
Oh no, you don't start me at all.
I'll be down in a moment.
You're a wood elf. Are you from Iden's continent?
Oh, no, not Ilan's.
Oh no.
I suppose you could say I'm from Talans.
Oh, you're from Talan. He's a very good man. He the laws and the community and the crafting. He's a very good person. Yes.
Oh, yes, you're quite red, are you? And as she
I know all of the tenants very good. And the Gibson's going to start listing off the stuff that she learned in her book.
And she doesn't seem to get up and walk around safely off the roof. It's about 2 floors up, and she just sort of scoots down off the edge, holds onto it briefly with one hand, and then just lets herself drop the rest of the way.
I can do that.
I'm sure you can. I'm again very sorry. I was just watching those, and she gestures to the building and the creature's flashing light.
And they're so exciting. I wish I could understand the colors. I do not know them very.
Oh yes, I've been trying to figure it out myself, and I've no idea.
It seems like every one of them. All I know is purple is danger. They've been telling me that. So
yes, they do seem to stress that quite well. Are you not?
Blue and yellow seem to be happy. I think when they're together, it is strange.
You're trying to understand it. You're not from here. Most of the locals seem to understand these quite well.
It's written on your palm. Read what's written on your palm.
Yes, I'm sorry. I am the bad deception roll. Deception from the coast. Shifty eye.
My name is Coast Person.
Coast person. I am from the coast. My name's Trixie DeFay. What is yours?
That's not a bad deception.
That's not a bad deception.
Trixie DeFay.
Yes.
She looks at you curiously before just reaching out her hand as if to shake.
Oh, for my hand to shake.
And as she grasps it, she just motions up and down with it and goes, "I'm Turio."
Oh. That's a very nice name that you have there, Turio.
You seem a little nervous.
Oh, you see, lots of the elves usually they mean, depending on the language, from what I have learned, is how you say that the gods name their angels.
Oh, I'd just like to say I was briefly confused because I grabbed my what I thought was my D20 to roll it to do her insight, and was very confused when I held it up and saw it rolled a 30. This is not a D20. 1 second.
I accept her 30 and I'm moving with it.
Okay, 25. That's more. That's
okay.
Yeah, but she still kicked my ass. There's like a weird naming convention there that your mother and father must think very highly of you.
And she's just watching you briefly and goes, the Fae is not very subtle.
Oh no.
I don't know what you mean.
You hail from Tarnstead, I think?
No, I would not hail from Tarnstead.
Or maybe... I didn't realise the borders over here had weakened so severely. You come from the Feywild then?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't. Do you mean any harm to the people here?
Just is what the full terms. What type of a person do you take me for?
I don't think she's let go of your hand.
No,
I have to my hand still.
Yeah, she's gripping it a little bit, but if you do try and tug away, she will let go.
Wait, we're pull my hand away. What kind of person do you think I am?
I think you're of the Fey kind.
Well, I understand that it is very rude to say.
And she actually just takes seems to be unshouldering a backpack and just holding it lazily in one hand as she rummages around in it. It's not particularly noisy. You hear the shuffling of paper, and she pulls out what looks like to be a crude leather-bound book, which is still rather advanced for the era. Scrolls are what is to be expected here.
Papyrus scrolls too.
Yeah, and she pulls that out and starts to flick through it, and just then just holds up what looks like to be a sketched drawing of, judging by the strange antlers and such, a Fey lady. What kind are you?
That is very pretty. I am nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular.
No.
Oh, you're not.
So humbled, Frey.
You must be rather good. Your mask quite marvelously.
I'm very good is what I do.
Oh, Mirrors would love you. Well.
Oh, no, you would not. No one loves Faye.
No, that's not true.
Just as I shake her head and actually look genuinely sad. Nobody loves the Fae.
I have talked to some very
just-
passionate Illan angels. They will tell you that is not true.
I will tell you that I have no trouble here. I am just passing through. I was helping my friends, and she is a mess. But I will not. I do not hurt the children. I would not do that here.
Oh, that is good to hear. And she seems to be judging you. And could you give me a persuasion check, please, Gifton?
I will definitely spend one of these on that. So, yeah, I'll throw that
Everyone
there.
is always convinced when someone says, "I don't."
You immediately
hurt
did it.
kids."
3d10, 2d6 necrotic damage.
Oh my god! Wait,
Oh
I gotta roll
my.
it again. I gotta roll it again because I did that. So one sec. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna give myself one of my wheel dice.
Okay.
Yeah, 15.
What's your second choice on that?
What's my second choice for what?
On the ancient secrets
Well,
card.
you choose two.
Oh, choose two.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't want that one. Fuck. Which one of these?
Yeah, it's
did I
the
do?
one that.
You're gonna pull that back
Yeah.
and use something else.
Yeah, I'll use that one. What's that? I don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay.
I'll do that
You
one.
suddenly
yourself.
roll a die and blow up. Necrotic energy.
She seems to look at you for a second before just shrugging her shoulders and going, "Well, as long as you're not here to cause any trouble, I can't exactly blame curious minds, can I?"
I mean, it's such a neat country, and
It's very neat. I'm quite enraptured with it, I have to say.
I cannot believe how good they are with their people, and there's like no reason for anybody to hurt each other, and it's just so beautiful,
I mean, the sports network, it's quite marvellous.
Yes,
well,
they're very kind to each other, and it seems like all they sell is like the luxury items, and they have such a nice way of dealing with the nature, with the animals, and
even the whole caste system is very, very loose.
that
Seems
is
to be
a caste system. I haven't even been aware of that.
very
I
basic
just-
ones, just between the priesthood and the guard and so on. Basically, being an important role seems to. She starts to ramble, Gifton.
I start rambling. What's this? This is fun.
Yeah,
I'm having a
and,
good time
and she's
talking.
she's actually going to talk to you quite in depth about things, and she starts actually pulling out books and showing you sketches and writings she's been making, and she seems to have detailed Saharan culture quite heavily.
Oh, what is that? Really good. Are you a watcher, or are you a archangel?
She looks a little surprised when you say that, and tilts her head a little at you. The Fae knows our kind. I am a watcher.
But you think that you're the only people who watch.
A fair point, I suppose. No, I am a watcher. I'm a very lowly one on our rankings, I have to say. But
No, that doesn't mean anything.
actually, it affords you quite a lot of freedom, I find, she says with a smile.
Being a watcher or the rankings? I think the rankings are less
Both.
important. I think being the watchers or being, the people who do the inspirations. What is it? I don't remember
Amuse.
the word. Amuse, yes, the muses. They seem like they get to do more of the fun stuff,
Yes, they do. But being the lowly watcher, not much is expected of me, so I get to do this.
Yeah, a watcher. Do you know Zakiel?
Sekiel,
And,
I'm not familiar with her.
Okay. I have seen a few watchers in my time. They do not know me, but I know them. But I watch myself a bit. It is good to watch people. My family, we used to watch them all the time. We used to watch families. It is nice to watch them grow up and change.
You get to see a lot of that here. And she's actually going to sit down on this basic step that she's at and just pat next to her.
I'll sit down.
It's good to see. It's like everything here moves a little faster. The expansion, the population.
Yes, there's so many children. It seems like it is constantly booming forward, And
Yeah.
I was walking along and I saw the many walls. It seems like they're constantly pushing their buildings farther and farther out. It's amazing how fast they are going.
Yes, I mean it was only 30 odd years ago that population was maybe 2/3 of what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And the expansion is done remarkably quick with those. Oh, and she actually just points off in the distance where you can vaguely make out one of the larger creatures moving between buildings.
I'm surprised that the other gods are not nearly as involved.
What in this or their own lands?
In their own lands, I did not see. I have not been many places, but
Oh,
it's
frankly, Heya, she's acting a little outside the usual bounds. I know it's causing a little bit of grumpiness, but I'm sure she'll figure out her way.
Yeah, sometimes part of the innovation of culture moving forward is people testing boundaries and seeing if reasons can be changed.
Besides, she's young, she's enthusiastic. The others, they believe in a more hands-off approach. Let the mortal kind figure out their own way.
Move forward on their own, yes.
Yes. And
are you going to be here long, or are you just here for tonight?
Oh, this is my posting for, the foreseeable future. A few hundred years, perhaps, before they remember to assign me elsewhere. It could be a worse place.
It's a great place, I think.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I don't suppose you've seen any of these elsewhere. She gestures at the creatures that seem to be arranged in what you'd think are a figure 8, perhaps. Just 2 circles merged together at the middle, just pulsing their colours in a pattern going around, following this line.
Wow, I'm just not. All right, last of my... you know what? I'm going to spend a heroic and try to reroll my nature to see if I know what this is. I doubt I do.
Mm-hmm.
I have like no chance in hell, right?
Very little.
No chance in hell, but I'll try an arcane insight on that one. So I'll just do a reroll.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's nature.
It is nature.
14.
The shape.
I'll give myself a thing. One of my. I'll spend my last one. I get
okay.
15. That's not good.
The shape is vaguely familiar. You think you may have seen 1 or 2 of these about, but definitely not doing this. You've just seen them hanging out on building sides.
I've seen them around on building sides, but I haven't seen them doing this. Something similar to this, but yeah.
I've seen them a few times. They seem to provide lights in certain areas, but never seen them gather like this. I've been following this group for 3 nights, and they keep moving from building to building doing this.
Is there something maybe attracting them? Have they been in the same area?
I've been looking. This doesn't seem to be anything out of ordinary before when they arrive, but you have to figure it out.
Have you tried talking to them?
I have tried talking at them, I suppose it would be. I'm not sure they understand me or I them.
Have you tried... No, I should not do
that. What?
I used to say that I tried turning into one of them.
I have not, no. I'm not the best at that whole metamorphosis thing.
I can do it, but I do not wish to upset... Well, I do not need to have everyone chasing a fay out of town.
Yes, best laying low.
But yeah, I can try to talk to them. Maybe they seem to understand very good.
Please, be my guest. However it goes, it would be fun to see how they interact with someone. An outside perspective is a bit better.
But if you watch, and if you see the pitchforks and the torches start, just let me know, okay?
Yes. And when you go over, you see actually putting out the book that she's been working on before and just turning to a new page and preparing a quill.
Excuse me?
They seem to be flashing these colours, going around in this figure 8 still, as you talk up to them. The most ones are about head height to you. The rest are more further up the side of the building.
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull myself up a little bit. Excuse me? Are you trying to warn about something? Is there something going on?
When you pull yourself up, moving a bit closer, one of them actually seems to detach from this grouping, and the rest shift a bit, widening their circle, trying to keep this figure 8, but letting one go. And it just sort of half detaches from the wall. It's another of these vaguely starfishish shaped ones, although far more tenderly, and it just seems to wiggle a few of its limbs at you.
Hello. I am not very good at their language. All right, so you are making... She makes the gesture in the air for the figure 8. You're making this symbol over and over again. And actually what Gibson's going to do is she's going to take out her water skin really quick and use shape water, and I'll make the figure 8. You're making figure 8 like this. And you're flashing colors.
It reaches out and it dips the edge of one of its tentacles into this water shape. And then
Huh?
it starts to flash the colours that the rest are flashing on the wall as it moves it through the water in the same figure.
Yes, I will flash. I can start flashing the colors in the water too, as well, because I can do both as multiple things. I will do like this. Yes.
When you do that, it withdraws its tentacle and just seems to pulse this soft blue at you.
Yes, you're doing that. Is this what is this for?
It seems to wiggle a bit more before just reaching out for you again. More of its limbs this time.
Okay, I will offer my arm.
Okay. The limbs actually curl up around your arm, and it starts to climb over you. And then it settles at your shoulder, and you feel it applying a little bit of pressure as if trying to turn your arm or turn your shoulder.
Right,
Very
I will
gently.
Turn. I will turn wherever it moves
Okay.
me.
It turns to you, and then it starts to wiggle its tendrils
Wiggle.
in a
Okay.
direction.
That way.
It pulses blue.
I will go that way.
And you hear Turiel quickly gathering up her things and following along. They did not talk to me like this.
The game is afoot. Or a tentacle. I don't know.
And it starts to lead you along. Occasionally applying pressure to get you to turn. And she goes, "Oh, this is one of the buildings they were at 2 nights ago." And it leads you down an alleyway.
Yep.
And once there's very little activity here, which is
calm area.
very calm area. You hear a couple of buildings over the sound of life, but this building seems to be empty.
Mm-hmm.
There's no lights on in the windows or anything like that. And it just seems to stop you. You feel sudden pressure and a flash of purple.
Okay, that is danger. Stop. Okay.
This is danger. And it then squeezes you again, but it feels a little different. It's less urgent, less trying to move you. It feels almost like a hug.
Oh, I give it a gentle pat.
And then it starts to climb down your arm.
Mhm.
And down your body onto the ground. And it moves towards this building. And it seems to hesitate when it hits the threshold. And it pulses a few blues at you again. And then just seems to launch itself into the threshold where it disintegrates.
Oh
Oh.
What is-
Oh. Oh.
no! Oh no! What has gone on in there? I did not do that.
No.
I know it did look bad. I did not do
No,
that.
no,
though.
you didn't do that. Oh, I think it was trying to reassure you before it did it.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to assume that is some kind of alert sign they're doing then.
I think they are warning people that there is danger in these buildings.
What on earth is going on here? And she actually moves up beside you and just sort of takes her quill and tosses it towards the building where it just falls harmlessly inside.
I am going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. Sam, the building lights up. And it is a familiar colour of evocation magic.
Also,
And it looks very angry and turbulent.
That is very bad looking magic. Also, please ask friend Angel, no look at this, okay, for a moment.
She actually just sort of turns away from you and starts whistling very audibly.
I'm gonna spend baby.
Oh my god! They're disintegrated, Sam. There's nothing to touch.
Nothing there.
Oh yeah, I won't cast that.
Do you want to do a
Yeah.
true res?
No, I'm not gonna do. I can't. I'm spent on that for the
Aww.
day. See Pimples. Oh no, I cannot do this today. God damn it! Why did I fucking with magic? I cannot help
What
him.
do you?
Okay.
And she glances back over her shoulder a bit and goes, "What are you trying to do?"
I was trying to pull the poor thing back from the edge of death. I was seeing if I could still grab it, but it is too far gone. I know it does not look upon very well.
I did not know that your kind could do that. And
I am very strange. Okay, it is. I would not do well amongst my own kind.
I might get in trouble for this, but and she gives you a sort of fairly cheeky little look and goes, "Would you look away from her a moment?"
Okay, I will look away.
And you hear the unfurling of wings, and there is a vague glow behind you before she clears her throat. Okay. Do you turn back round?
Yep.
You see her wings folding back in. These basically just soft mottled grey wings, little spots of black covering them.
The wings are very pretty.
Thank you. And she's holding up the little creature.
Oh, you got them back. Good. I would have done it, but I did stupid things earlier today. I turned myself into a pseudo dragon to annoy a friend, and it was really funny, but you know.
Yes, and now perhaps, and she's actually going to hold it out to you, the creature.
Yep, we go back to your friends.
You take that one with you, and I suggest you leave this area because my brothers and sisters will have seen that. I'll find you in a day or so.
Yeah, you know, if you want to, I scram by.
Goodbye.
And Gitter's gonna start the movement with a misty step, and
Okay.
then start break into a sprint.
Hi. You start sprinting off with this little creature just clinging to your arm.
My friend, you're okay. I get you back to your building. Okay, you're friends.
And it just pulses these soft mauve colours at you. Not quite the intense purple of warning.
It's probably very confused.
Mhm.
I like you very much. You are my friend.
Dingus
Right.
is in the background somewhere.
Back at Talal's place.
Mm-hmm.
Carrick and Shaxon, you've been working for a solid couple of hours now, building what is a smaller facsimile of the forge that he has in here. And he has pulled out a few little reagents, and this is not quite enough to empower it fully, but we can get the runes in, and he actually guides you through it. He has suggested that you write things down.
I do have an enduring spellbook, so
So do I.
Okay, so you put out your spell
I'm
books.
prepared writing people and writing things down. I think this whole time, probably.
Right, so you put out your spell books to make notes with,
Mhm.
and that catches his attention. And he goes, "Oh, can I see all of those?"
I just
Oh.
actually looking up. It is only fair, and we'll turn it to look.
And
If you
he
would not mind flipping to earlier pages, though.
what'd you say?
If you would mind not flipping to earlier pages, though.
Early, of course, I believe those. And he takes the book from you and just go through the later blank pages. He just seems fascinated by the paper and the binding, and you see him rubbing it and going, "This is marvelous." No, I shouldn't ask. And he just sort of holds it back out to you.
Aww. Come on. Okay.
At least it will give you some ideas to point you in the right direction, yes? And Shax will kind of put his finger to his nose in the best approximation as he can as a dragon, as a fucking alligator.
He smiles softly and nods. Yes, perhaps.
Inspiration, yo.
you do not pull one out of your book. I have some loose pages.
It's not a minor loose currently.
And Carrick, literally in his scroll case, has 7 sheets of paper.
Oh, you're gonna pull one out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him straight paper.
You pull one out and you offer it to him, and his eyes are light with joy for a moment as he takes it from you, and he is holding it very gingerly as if this is precious. Thank you. I will study this. I will treasure this. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And you see him just sort of get up briefly, leaving you to work on these runes, as he goes and he stores it away very carefully in the chest. He seems to make sure that there's a flat area to put it in, and then he gets something flat to cover it.
I'm just imagining that book it's a book. This book is never being used again.
And then he comes back over, and I'd like both of you to give me Arcana rolls, please.
I will also flash a genius myself to make it a 28.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll flash a genius him to make it a 37.
Okay. Unnecessary overkill, but I'll take it.
Just making good damn sure on both cases.
Right. You both start to quickly grasp the style of formula used here. It's very basic compared to modern magical knowledge, which feels almost unnecessarily complex at times, going into specificity. This is simple but elegant, using very, very simple equations to get a very direct result, but some intertwining in ways you wouldn't quite expect. But you are able to note them down easily, and you understand. You've not just copied it; you understand how it works, which is the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you are able to, without even him directing you, trying to correct you, you're able to replicate this. And as you do, he goes, right, okay, that looks good. If we get us, you're both spellcasters, if you feed a small amount of magical energy into it, the two absorption runes at the sides.
Jax will nod and put his hand to it, his proper hand, not the metal one, to it and actually feed in some magic.
Okay.
I will feed the other side.
Okay. If you both expend a level 1 spell slot, the sword will suddenly alight with blue flame.
That's a second level slot.
Just flickering softly, and automatically you can feel the coldness drifting off of it. Very good. Right, that is the basics of it. There are some more complex runes here to integrate the greater resources, but you have the fundamentals there. You took to that far quicker than I expected. Most students would take a long time to memorize this.
We are admittedly both very magically inclined.
I can tell. I thought it would take these days to teach you. I suppose that is good. No, you can learn and you can go get what you need done.
It is a good thing, yes.
Yes. He nods a little bit, and both of you give me an insight check, please. Both of you can see that slight look of disappointment on his face, that little bit of sadness.
There is still much to gather and learn. I believe we'll still be here for
Yes.
a while.
I don't really think we're leaving immediately by any means.
The company of bright minds, it is nice to have. Especially ones I have waited on for so long. Tell me.
How long have you waited?
It's a good 10, 20, 15 years.
That is a very long time to wait.
It is well, there are people here who have waited longer for many things, so I cannot complain. The dreams that told me of you, have you had similar things?
Not exactly, but we have met others that have had similar dreams of not directing to us, but of learning things that no others have heard of.
And events and such things.
Yes.
It's hard to talk to about other people if they don't understand how it feels, how real it is.
Yes, I have had similar dreams of a different vein.
And perhaps you know it is not like most dreams. It is you're truly there.
Yes.
Sometimes you wake up and it feels like all of this is wrong. It's fake somehow.
Luckily, your dreams have sounded like they have been of the safe variety. Mine have
The man
not been so benevolent.
the man I talked to, he looked much like you. I mean, the unmasked you.
I have a feeling I may have met him.
He does not speak as well as you. Confusing at times.
What?
No, this
It's like
I
it's
know.
adorable
I
because
know.
Kramer doesn't talk good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know he moves around, but I didn't. Okay.
Do you know who he is? Is he one of the gods, or
You
Something
could
more.
say he's related to them.
something more? Well, what could be more than that?
You poor man.
Toby has crinkles.
The gods had
Complicated
to
thing to explain.
the gods had to come from someplace.
That is a fault, isn't it?
It is.
What comes before? What comes after the end, perhaps?
Eternity.
Eternity. That is. I do not know this word, and it strikes you that there's this strange feeling of translation that you guys have. He's saying that in the literal sense that you just use. It is in the Barassian tongue.
Yeah.
What is eternity?
I know of modern Saha.
From
Is eternity
It is,
actually in the language?
Yes.
In the modern version? Okay.
It is a word meant for the meaning of from now until the end of things.
End of things. Oh, that is just
Whenever that may be.
this is just the span of time. Yes.
I guess you could view eternity kind of outside of a span of time. More of not between now and the end of time, but
Beyond.
not. Yes.
Its entirety.
All of existence before time has even existed to when time no longer exists.
When you say that, he seems lost in thought for a few moments, and you see this fake upturn of a smile. As
We invented philosophy.
That is something to think on quite a lot, I think.
Yes.
Oh, you say he is more than them.
More
Why
than
is this happening? No, I understand. I could feel the importance of helping you, but why?
we may have left
Well,
an impression.
The world is a much more dangerous place where we are from.
Yes.
And I am helping you with this danger.
You are very much.
You are teaching us things and learning us things that will allow us to ideally turn the tide.
It's some enemy, some force.
In scope.
And he actually seems to frown briefly. I am not helping you make a weapon, am I?
I do not believe so.
Yes, I do not believe so.
I hope not. I would not like to think of anyone or anything coming to harm because of me.
He's such a sweet pea. Okay,
Mhm.
guys, we gotta let the first dragons win. It's the only way.
No, we can't
We're gonna make-
harm them.
We're gonna make a big
Yeah, we
dome
can't
and protect
harm-
everybody.
We're gonna cast banishment on them through it.
Mm.
They won't be harmed. Just hopefully that'll be that they can't come back.
We're gonna put them in a gotcha man egg thing. Put them out in space.
We're gonna Pokemon them. They'll be our friends after.
Chex will take a moment and go. I have had a thought as an aside.
Huh?
The ingot you have you thought of what you're going to do with it?
I thought it was important to save. I had briefly pondered trying to make a tool or something from it. It is impressive metal, but I just felt it was important for you to see it as it is.
I think now that we have, a tool would be a marvelous idea.
Perhaps then we can try to make one together.
I think that is very good.
It's a good project for a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
What
Have
do you think would be an appropriate tool?
Jax is sitting thinking and
Yeah.
out of character and trying to think if it'd be a chisel hammer or a pick would be the better idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like hammer, logistically, we could, because the long run we're going to need it.
Well, he
And-
might also want it. I mean, it's not necessarily we got to take his from him.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's in the long run, as in 10,000 years from now.
When we loot his dead body, yes.
Or something like that.
Perhaps,
when we bring him back from the dead,
perhaps it is something for us to think on.
it is definitely to think of.
But it's just which of those three would be good.
Talal,
Yes.
have you done any research besides on what it isn't affected on by, but to what it can do besides being ingot?
A small amount. I of course discovered its magical enhancing properties, even when it was in its raw form.
Have you ever tried anything besides magic?
I've tried a few things. Yes. I've tried to see how it reacts with various chemicals, various other magical agents. I have tried to see how it reacts to extreme heat. Of course, we know the extreme cold seems to make it manageable, and once it comes out, harden again. I will tell you that the extreme heat, it does not do anything to it, at least the heat I can achieve here.
To the GM, because I don't know how this falls in, and I figure by now I would understand. Racial magic effects.
Yes.
Does that count as same way as regular spell cast for stuff?
In what
Or
way
is
do
it
you mean?
considered? So
Would it be amplified the same way, I guess?
basically, would it fall into a category of casting a spell on something, or would be something more like my breath weapon for like what might affect it?
Well, if I think what you're saying, it is considered an inherent part of your being.
But it's still considered a spell.
It's still considered a spell,
sorcerer
yes.
caster spell. Because unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of things that can try out what I'm thinking. I wonder if it enhances non-magical, maybe semi-magical might be the better way to put it, abilities like stuff like kind of motions that Strax and myself, our ability to breathe the elements and such like that.
It's a curious question. I have not been able to test such things myself. It could potentially be very destructive.
Yes, I do have the ability to use another that is not destructive, but instead slows the actions.
Perhaps we could try that then.
It might be.
My own ability of breathing elements would be much along the same lines, but I do have a different thing we can try. You can check with me. And Jax will hold up his right arm, and a little bit of electricity will arc off it from the lightning launcher.
It is that you are producing electricity. Is that not a magic?
Not quite. It is. Are you able to turn the runes back on to hide the room bit?
Yes. One moment, and he moves over to where he did so before, and you see the runes glow again as they reactivate.
And Shax will remove the necklace and put it down the table to assume normal form, and then actively remove right arm.
Oh, that comes off.
It is magical in nature.
Okay.
He luckily
Will reattach.
he luckily reacted far better than I was expecting him to.
Mm-hmm.
That
I was basically
Are
expecting.
you? Is that part of you?
It reacts to me and does what I wish, but it is not connected to me fully.
This is but is it magically powered to read your intent?
Something to that effect, yes. That it goes through the rest of the armor, and he'll pull away the chest of the armor bit to expose the chestplate piece.
I suppose we could figure out a way to see how it interacts with that. What do we start with? Perhaps electricity can be dangerous. Perhaps the breath you speak of.
The breath would probably be the better.
Yes.
What exactly does this do? Normally.
Normally, it slows reactions. The speed makes it difficult to move at your full speed. Haven't used much of it, but the worry could be either area or effect amplified.
And might I suggest you plan to journey to see a sphinx, yes?
Yes.
So take you out into the wilds, perhaps.
Trying it out there would be.
Yes.
You always have me do plant growth. It can't have a bad effect.
While we're trying to figure out non-spell, that's the kind of.
Oh yeah.
Claw died. It became a forest.
That's not death. That's amazing.
The forest would die within a few
because
days
of
of
the
not having
fact
enough water, so then it'd be all this wood they'd use. Cast would be able to kind of furniture business.
As temperature's so high, all the trees suddenly combust, turning it into a giant plane of glass.
Then yes, I think that might be the best chance of testing it effectively without drawing unwanted attention.
Yes.
Well, we have been at this for a while. Perhaps it is time to break for food.
Food is always a good thing.
That does sound like a good idea. And Jax will pick the necklace up and put it back on.
He suddenly seems a little awkward, sort of fiddling with his hands a bit. I do not have much for guests.
How about we treat you to a meal in town? Would that be, or would you like us to pick something up, bring it back?
He sort of glances up towards the head tree. I think I would rather stay here. And he actually sort of starts to sort of touch his chest a bit when he says that, as if a little anxious.
We will bring some things back for you. Is there anything particular you would like?
I am quite fond of the sheik kebab.
Okay, we will bring some back.
Absolutely.
We should bring some raw materials there so Carrot can just cook.
Yeah, and he smells
Thoughts already
faintly.
there.
Thank you. I'm sorry I cannot come.
There is nothing to be sorry for.
And please, if do you know how to send a message from one mind to another?
I can once a day.
Thank you, Marcus.
That should not attract unwanted attention. It is considered okay magic to use. If you get held up, just let me know. I can prepare myself things.
Will do.
But I better let you happen. And he goes up and disengages the ruins
Step out of his way.
before just sort of opening up the hatchway and climbing up.
Chaz will do his climb, weird slither out.
Okay.
I'm just imagining now the lizard folk just flops on its belly and just snake slithers.
I mean, from how I imagine, his feet are still probably practically touching the ground when he's at the top of the hatch, pulling himself up.
And he leads you to his front door, and lets you out, sort of staying at it as you move out. Because I suppose I will see you when I see you, my friends.
Mm-hmm. We will be back soon.
Yes, it shall not take long.
And he just
Chaz will give a
nods
polite bow.
and bows his head towards you in return.
Return the bow also.
And you are able to start heading away from his abode, heading back in towards the city to get some food. Right. Now, do you want to go meet up at the tavern to get some food?
Why don't we all meet up at the tavern?
I
That
think
sounds
it's
like
a good
smart
DM
plan.
suggestion.
Yeah.
Those that
That's how
Tavern.
one of the groups.
Do I still have a friend, or did I ditch him somewhere?
it
Did he
seems
go back up
it
the
seems
wall?
to be clinging to you.
It's my friend now.
It's replacements. It's temporary replacement squiggles.
Yeah, it
And
is.
that's when you time you can carry them.
It's hanging on to you, and just seems to. It's not quite a sound it's vocalizing, but it seems to vibrate every now and then, and it's almost like it's vibrating the air and creating these soft little trills. It's very comforting sounding.
Oh, I'm
Has
petting
it-
it a lot.
has
and,
it become
I'm making cooing
kind of
noises
fuzzy
back
looking?
at it.
Does it now look fuzzy?
It does not look like a tribble, no.
Oh,
No, it looks like vaguely a squid, but without the bulbous end. It's
Yes.
mostly just noodles.
Yeah. Yes, you're all able to make your way back to the bar for some reason or another. This is expected meet-up point perhaps you had discussed earlier.
We had discussed
And
earlier.
that is why Gifton is also as well fascinated with the tall height variance of different male individuals and the
Are you talking about
association.
me, Corvus? I mean, Olgar.
Mm.
What are you talking about before?
Yeah, it.
He's explaining why he had been staring at Cassiopeia's breasts.
That's easy because you see, Cassie is very tall, and therefore her breasts are at a higher level, which means they are actually better quality because you see that they are top shelf. Have you ever heard the term top shelf? That's what it means.
in a lesser amount of words, yes.
As you all filter into the bar, one after the other, the tavern, I should say. Eventually, you're all
What is that?
reunited.
Cass is coming in paranoid as all hell.
what have you found there, Trixie?
This is my we're just hanging out together. Nothing big. How was your lovely nights? Cassie, you look really upset. Was it okay in the tavern
Trixie.
or in the temple?
Trixie.
Cassie looks very upset. I would like to know what happened.
Both of you look very out of sorts. So yes,
I'm
let's all
fine.
have a
This-
conversation.
This is my friend, and we are hanging out together.
You just picked it
I-
up off the street and decided to take it home with you.
I have tried to return it to its people.
When she says that, it actually reaches up a tentacle and it's like a little slip against your face, Gifton, as if it's patting your cheek. But it's not as if it's trying to comfort her. It's like it's trying to show, yes, we together.
Oh.
I am calling them treble right now because they make this great little
Okay.
field noise.
How about we get a quiet place?
They will be no treble at all.
How about we get a quiet place where we can all settle down and discuss what we have all learned or done in this night? Agreed?
Cass is actually leaning into Gifton real quick.
Mm-hmm.
James's brother is in town.
Okay.
Vicky?
Talal,
Has to shake her head. No.
Talal, I don't know why I have that name.
Hello?
Talal is had asked us to get some food.
Oh, well, we
So,
should bring him food back. Yes.
yes,
We're going to bring shish kebabs to him.
yes.
You ordered shish kebabs to beat back. Are we able to have a tight corner or something, or should we just go right to Talal's?
You guys can find a quiet corner if you want.
Okay.
The tavern isn't as packed as it was earlier. It seems a lot of the drow work early in the day, and they seem to eat quite a hefty meal. And now it seems a lot more empty in here now that the night is getting on, I should say.
All right, and sit down. And Gitten is going to make happy little singy sounds and talk with Treble while she's listening to everybody else.
Cass.
Hmm.
Whose brother, Rizel's brother, which one?
Shut up.
Don't say the R word.
Raz.
Don't.
Oh, are you referring to that?
General James, yes. Right?
Yes.
General James. Okay, so you said General James's brother is here. That would be Ricky.
I point at Telde and kind of do a
Stab
with a spear
motion.
motion.
Oh, you mean this? Is anybody clapping a hand over
Yeah,
Yeah, just call me. Large hand.
Oh,
not.
When you all go to do that to Gifton, that little companion on the shoulder suddenly starts flashing purple, and it's wiggling its tentacles at you all like viciously.
I'm going to.
You
Okay.
found a temporary dingus.
I'm going to pat the little tentacle ball on the
Did
well, close to
he figure anything out, Cass?
I don't know, and I wasn't about to throw down with him because of where I was.
you don't do that anyway. He is not a bad person.
All right.
I'm
And
looking at her and then doing the entire at Telde, the two hands just like Telde.
It's,
But we
it's good to see you all again. Can I get you anything?
oh,
hello. It is so good to see you, Anwar. Yes, we are going to need some shish kebabs to go. We are going to take them out to Talal and maybe something light. I don't know. What do you eat, little friend? This is Treble.
Oh, you got a little lamp there. Okay.
Not great with the bright light.
Well, they
Did they eat a little nibbles, like maybe some of the breadies?
no, they subsist from the sunlight. They rest during the day, keeping themselves on the roofs and such.
Oh, okay. You're so resilient.
We call it a lamp, by the
A
way.
lamp.
you
yes.
called it a lamp,
Mhm.
yeah.
So we have-
little bright light.
So we know we eat lamps.
It's rare they get attached to people, but consider yourself lucky.
Seekers. So far, we know I'm builders.
Yes, we communicated earlier.
But shish kebabs to go then.
Yes, just kebabs to go
Yes,
would
yes,
be great.
please.
Thank you so much. And also, can I get another cup of the sweet drink? I like that.
Of course.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
How about I bring you all a picture?
That would be a lovely thing. Thank you. So you said that you ran him, and like I said, you should not judge him harshly because whenever you face somebody as an opposition, that does not make them good nor evil. That just means they were your opposition. And they would do what they have to do on the battlefield, just like we are not evil when we do things on the battlefield. Okay, Cassie?
Hopefully, as well, nothing of note is going to happen with this. It's just a happenstance run-in.
Yes, and hopefully you'll never run to again. They're very many of them, I am sure, are here in town. Gifted says.
Do we have to roll
Have
insights on her?
you seen any yourself?
If you're rolling insight, I have to roll deception.
Yeah.
Since she said it,
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
specifically
Yeah.
ask if she had seen any.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I have seen some things.
Okay.
Were they with your eyes? Were they off?
So who
to
did
the
you
sky?
find?
We should not say.
How about then we wait till we get to Talas?
is it one you already knew?
No, but they are very nice, and I want to be their friend, and you will be mad at me, and I am in trouble, and I don't want to be in trouble because they figure everything out.
There's
Because
a,
I am not a good liar.
there's a soft pulsing blue beside you, Gifton, and that trilling grows a little deeper.
Okay.
Oh,
Beyond the
I
second
think as long as they do
entity.
not tell the one person we are not supposed to tell, we are okay.
Yes.
okay.
Beyond the second entity that we are not
And Cass,
discussing.
go. On the good side, there was no sign of that one.
Okay.
But they were really nice, and they want to. They are going to find me again because they think that I am up to no good.
Is it because you picked up
Well,
that
to be
thing?
fair,
No, it is because of what I am.
Right. Okay.
Be-
Yeah.
Remember,
Yes.
nobody nobody.
So
And-
you tipped your hand on that.
I did not expect it. Apparently, Trixie DeFay is a name that gives it all away.
Who would have known calling myself Miss Anthrop would get me caught?
Maybe not
Okay.
use
I
that.
didn't expect to run into anybody of that particular nature. They dropped some things in the street and I helped them, and then they wanted to talk and they wanted to know what I knew about things, and they were very curious, and then they were like, wait a minute, and I was like, oh no.
How about from now on?
But
No,
no.
last names.
I won't
Trixie
hurt
works.
anybody. I'm sorry.
No, talking is fine. We do not want to arouse people thinking
is-
we're avoiding.
Just try to keep under the radars, act normal around them, don't seem to be out of sorts by the presence. They are here. We all know that now. Let's just act accordingly.
Gifton looks downcast. She just failed. I'm sorry I ruined it.
I think he's
it's
already
okay.
figured it
Like
out.
we said, as long as we are not found by the one person who told us not to be found,
Exactly.
I think we are fine.
They will probably have knowledge of some random person that they encountered in the city that has no explanation. Let's hopefully keep it that way.
We were told that it would mask.
On the
us.
bright side, they stood out pretty well because they had, did you know, the pale skin like we would.
Oh yeah, he would combust in the sun if he were outside during the day. He's that white.
Carrick kind of
What-
gives Cass a look. Pay the pale pasty.
We found a resource to acquire purple worm eggs.
Oh, that is good.
The problem is that they're not willing to sell them unless there is proven that we can properly take care of and maintain the creature.
Oh, that is complicated because you would need somebody who would be very good at taking care of strange
That sounds to me
creatures.
like you need to have someone to do some reading then, yes?
Yes, they mention a temple had knowledge of such
Cass
things.
raises her hand.
Yes.
Go to the temple and talk to Najwa.
Najwa.
I
which
think
temple?
the important part is knowing who is best with animals and knowledge of them. It would help
She's one of the keepers of the.
among us.
Yes, and yes, that's the next point. I mean, who is going to want to read over tomes and scrolls about rearing an animal? In this regard, a purple worm. 2 of them. Males.
Well,
Carrick, didn't I lend you my book on how to take care of the pseudo dragons? I lent you that, right?
Yes.
I did lend you that book. I mean,
You did.
Carrick is much smarter. I got the good book from Lady Dental, and I read that, and I give it to Carrick.
Carrick,
That means that you are also qualified in the reading of books of how to care animals.
Oh yes, but you are always very interested. And she starts like petting Treble.
secondly,
Go ahead.
you're gonna add the price, yes. We would, if we want to do the 2 egg thing, it is probably going to be over 300 gold pieces, but hopefully not
For
600. For 1, 300. For 2, they could work a deal.
Cassiopeia has given me this lovely diamond to change out. I could go to the temple and maybe change it out there for perhaps a smaller amount. And for Carrick, we could do that. We could get it changed out to a smaller gems and some amount of coin.
And
maybe perhaps 1,000 in case we need to buy extra eggs. And maybe things to care for babies. Do the eggs need any special requirements? Me and Cassie rescued an egg earlier, and we had to keep it kind of in the water.
I don't know, and she doesn't do it. She just sells.
So were they doing anything special though? Were they keeping it?
They had it on a pile of rocks with a fire.
Oh, that is important. That means we need some place to keep them warm.
And is expected to hatch within a week or 2.
A week or 2, okay.
So
We only have a few days. She would not guarantee beyond a week.
Yes, we are on a time limit with that as well.
It just means that we would have to travel with them while still egg, which may actually be better than...
Yes, but we will need to find a way to keep them warm if she is using a fire.
And you have to prove that you are a competent individual
in rearing them. It is chill at night,
them.
though, so maybe she has to do that at night because the desert there is so cold.
Maybe.
Could be.
Within 2 to 3 days.
I don't know.
I assume it would be a topic that you would read about if you are researching.
Yes.
You are all right, Tolde. I am sorry. I am just overthinking.
It would hopefully be covered in the tomes, seeing where we are at and who controls this land.
How big are the eggs, do you think?
It's not big.
Oh, okay.
Like to imagine it's a golf ball.
I might be a softball.
They're a bit bigger than an American football.
Yeah, about that big.
Hand egg.
So a rugby ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, they will stay at the market square at the south gate. There may be a brother there, and her name is
Karana.
Yes.
That was out of character, just so you don't have to
Yeah, Karana.
One thing that may be of importance, and she's coddling Treble a bit. So I was following the Treble here because he was alerting me of things that were going on. The light creatures, they do, they communicate very strangely. Yes, I'm learning. But Treble led me. There is a building in town that anything that passes through it is instantly killed and disintegrated. And poor little Treble here went through that, and luckily he has been resurrected, and Treble is okay.
There is a building in town that disintegrates anyone who enters it.
Yes, I do not.
In a town full of children.
Yes, and there are little light creatures like this that make the lights on it to, I think, maybe warm. They do like and she actually will motion like she's gonna do a thing, and then go. You think it is okay if I do a little tentative, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to shade water, and I'm going to do the figure 8, and then I'm going to make the glowy light.
Were
the water.
there other indications that it was special in some regard?
There were no people nearby.
When you do that, Gifton, Trouble, as you've named him, reaches up a tendril again, and the tip of it begins to pulse those colours and starts mimicking the pattern you're showing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he flashes purple, purple, purple.
Danger. See, this is the danger words.
Mhm.
And then I will I will make a pretty flower of like blues and yellows and stuff like that really quick to make Trouble happy and then get rid of it.
Yeah, he flashes blue at you in return.
Yeah.
Blue is pleasing and yellow is excited.
I think so.
Red is like all red is violence, aggression.
I just know purple is bad, but anyway. But I saw these light creatures doing that when I had a run-in with a interesting scribe, and
Your second entity.
1 second, I need to roll a.
If it is that, can I still talk or?
Gifton, no, 1 second. How openly were you doing that, by the way?
I glanced about, but I wasn't overly hiding it.
Okay. When you actually do that, an older drow at the table next to you, his face is actually sort of worn a bit. His hair's very long, actually tied down below his waist. He pauses with his mug and looks over and goes, "You've seen that symbol somewhere?"
I saw it in to a building across town. Yes, the little she pets the little liquor. They were warning me about something, and the one of them went in and went. Poof.
That's the sign that they do. It needs the immediate attention, emergency.
It's emergency.
Yes, the and he just sort of draws that figure 8 in the air with his finger, sort of lazily. Yes, you are supposed to alert people, the important people, the priestesses or the guards.
The temple.
Yes.
Oh.
There's a priestess sitting at our table.
I look over at
Jack will turn his head to look at Cass.
Cass looks at.
And he's looking curiously at you as well.
We'll get it. We'll take it to the people who need to know. Come on, Trixie. Come on. You saw it. You know where it is. Come on.
Can't we go as a family?
Let's all go on this matter.
The other children want to
Eric
come.
and I are about to go back to give Talon his food.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Shaq. Names.
We
Alright, we just need to find a nearby guard, right? We don't need to go to the temple.
We'll tell who we can, but they may want to know more at the temple.
I don't know anything.
Give Trixie.
Okay. Alright, I will get up and go. I will run as fast as I can. I'm going to start running up to the temple because apparently that's what I'm doing now.
Okay.
And Cass is right behind Trixie and just going, yeah,
Okay.
short legs.
All right.
And I'm going to pick up Trixie and I'm going to take.
I will slap your hand. No.
Grab.
Okay. Contested
you
check, I
all-
guess.
Are you 3 all good to go back to Talon's?
I am fine.
once we get the food and everything.
Toby, you give me a strength athletics check. Sammy, either strength athletics or acrobatics.
I'm gonna go with them.
With which them?
The Trixie and Cass.
Okay, you're going.
No, put it down. Stop it.
Okay, yeah. You grab her up.
Bad touch.
Oh my!
Well, that's a sight in the streets.
She is due for her.
There is a brief call of having trouble with your daughter as you zoom on by. As I'm afraid she's very short.
I will bite you.
Ulgar is stomping behind.
Hurrying along with your little legs.
Cass is going full tilt.
Yeah, you're like a little behind, Corvus,
Yes,
trying to keep up with this.
Corvus is reaching out in front of him to press against reality.
About a minute after they leave, Telde, Shaxton, Carrick, one of the other Duergar in the bar, one of the siblings, it looks like, comes over with a wooden platter that has a whole lot of what looks like leaf wrapped objects on it. You're taking these to go, yes?
Yes.
Very much. Thank you.
Your friends, they do not want their food?
Something to deal with.
Yes, we will make sure that they get it.
These are all yours then. I'm afraid we do not have something to offer you to carry them all in.
Go.
That is okay. We can manage.
I can walk.
Suddenly, the tavern boy instinct in Carrick knows how to carry this. He's
I'm slower.
Right, so you gather up these wrapped
Can't take their wooden
parcels,
tray, so-
and the three of you can head towards Talal's, assuming you're going with them, Telde.
No, I'm actually going to.
You're going to follow along the others?
Stay there.
Oh, you stayed
and
here?
Eat a bit more.
Okay, you just take your parcel and you just start eating there.
I'm actually gonna.
He has new utensils to try
Well,
out.
then he's supposed to tell stories tonight.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
I'm also then
okay.
going to sneak away after eating
Okay.
food. Well, I'm going to make sure they're compensated, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you insist they take money because they are trying to dissuade you from paying, but if you insist, it's only like 3 silver pieces.
if they don't want money, I'll request or ask if they would like something in return.
You can tell that
otherwise,
the insistence of you not paying is a polite thing.
They will take the money though.
But they will take the money without too much urging.
In that case, yeah, I will pay.
Okay. Right. And then
Down, Cassie.
and then are you following along after Shaxton and Carrick, or are you going off on your own business?
I'm going off on my own.
Okay.
This can't go wrong.
Cassie, put me down. This is no.
Are you going to struggle to actually break out of her grasp, or are you just going to demand she puts you down, Gifton?
I'm doing both.
Okay. Right. Can you both give me, like, I don't know, 6 contested checks then, please?
I'm never gonna win. I'm never gonna win versus Cassie. It's impossible.
You just
Yeah.
did.
No. That's yeah. You got out. You beat her 23.
23 versus 24. She
Yeah,
won.
Cassie, she wiggles out of your grasp about at the end of the street.
You're like a kitten.
You're like,
You're slinky.
that's a fair.
We're all going that way. I have my dignity. I have very little of it.
Because she's tiny.
Are you okay, Treble? Your Treble's okay.
Yellow pat.
Yeah.
Excited.
I don't know if that's excited.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna rush down, run to the temple on my own feet as long as I can.
Right, you all, the 3 of you, make your way to the temple. Arriving on the street, heading towards the entrance, you can see it clearly. You can also see a wide berth being given by a whole lot of onlookers, Drow Duergar and distant folk, watching at a crowd of winged figures.
Oh, the backing up! The backing up is happening.
You back up, stopping at a corner,
Oh, goodness.
and this is Corvus opportunities to catch up. These winged figures.
What the
Cassie, this is a bad idea.
Oh, this is. But someone needs to be.
The winged figures seem to be arguing with each other. You can see 10 of them. I'm thinking I'm counting my gods correctly. Mary, Hevos, Morkani, Ilan, Tamari, Orlan, Talan, Miris. No, way less than 10. Guys, how many gods do I have in my setting? Oh, and then more.
1,
One,
2,
two,
3, 4, 5,
three,
6, 7,
four,
8,
5,
9.
6,
10,
7,
9 with
11.
Thea.
9.
9 with Thea.
Okay,
I
nine
guess the
with
question
here.
No, wait, not,
Two,
there's three more
four.
than 9.
Five,
Here is
six,
10.
7, 8,
Yeah,
9,
it's 10,
10,
Yeah.
11.
So
Yeah.
And you have 9 currently.
yeah, 9 currently. Nine,
Yeah.
nine living that aren't here.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see,
Lana still isn't.
yeah, she's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah.
9 living,
Okay,
not
that
getting
makes
hit.
sense.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You see 9 figures gathered together, seemingly arguing, debating. If you want to try and hear, you can give me perception checks.
Do a perception check. That's bad for me.
All right. Corvus.
I guess I'm gonna hazard a guess Corvus fucking got it.
You can overhear a debate happening. There's a lot of words being thrown around. Some of them are insisting that we are not supposed to interfere under any means, only observe. Others are saying this is dire. We should be informing. No, this is not our duty. We cannot tell them. They have to be aware of it on their own.
Gifton is going to go ahead and make shape water and start doing the bright infinity sign above her head with water from her water thing.
Okay.
I just try to hold that up and go ahead, Cassie. I do this.
What are you doing?
Whistling as hard as she can at the guards.
Okay.
Attention! This is a symbol on the building nearby. We need attention from guards. Please come handle it.
Okay, and that actually catches attention. The guards that were watching this, 2 of them actually start hurrying over to you, past the angelic figures.
I don't know why I've got my hand raised in the air like I'm doing this.
The angelic figures look on over to you. A look of relief crosses 3 of their faces, and Corvus and Gifting, you heard some of it, not as quite as clear. The ones that looked relieved are the ones that were arguing we should inform them. Notably, one of them is one with sort of olive-ish skin, very pronounced eyes that go off into this really tight corner at the outer edge, wearing very strange, almost robish clothing and strange wooden sandals on her feet. Her wings are almost pink, which is a first for an angel. The others that look relieved, one of them you know as Turiel, Gifton, and Cass, Lucifer, looks immensely relieved and was arguing that they should interfere.
This
Please,
is a
I saw the creatures doing this on 2 buildings. It is very dangerous. The door kills things.
And the guards are over to you, and please lead the way.
Thank you. Sorry for start running away. But goodbye, priestess, and I'm running off with the guards.
And I'm going with her.
Okay, you're following along. Corvus, you going with them?
Yeah.
Right. The angels watch you all leave with the guards. You can lead them back to the spot, Gifton. And yes, you can take them over to the building that was doing the bad stuff.
Can I
And
throw like a piece of fruit from my bag through the door?
do you have a piece of fruit in your bag?
I have apples still from Klopp. I don't know what those
Yeah,
are.
sure. Right.
I'll through and go. See, what's this?
Okay.
toss.
You toss the apple through, and yeah, it disintegrates. Cass and Corvus, you both see this, and you hear one of the guards exhale, and the other one looks very concerned.
I can feel very bad feelings coming off of it. It make me upset. And there is another building. The little creatures, like Trouble here, are doing. Trouble's my new friend. He is.
There's more than one building with the similar.
Yes, there's 2 buildings. They were marking over there.
I wonder how long these have been in place. We have not gotten word of these. Surely
I don't know.
someone.
Why is it so
Looking
empty
around.
here?
It is
It-
not
if
empty
it's-
here. It shouldn't be.
I don't know, but I am very worried about it. Maybe you could let the priestess know that we should keep people away from this door. It is very dangerous.
Is
And then the 2 of them turn and look at Cass.
yeah.
I'm sorry. This is Cassie. Sorry, Cassie. Go ahead.
Sorry, I missed that. I had a moment where my sound blurted out. I was starting to say something and then everyone went dead quiet.
We're still here.
We're still here. Hello.
We're still here. All right,
So
we're just,
I missed something.
Corvus asked, "Why is it so empty?" They responded that it shouldn't be.
and then I think they might have looked at you
That's
because
what
you're a
I heard,
priestess.
and I was going to respond.
And then I,
Maybe
yeah,
no
it went
one's
quiet.
getting out.
Maybe, I do not know. Are there people on the upper floors?
Do you have another apple?
Yeah, I have 3 more apples.
Throw it
I
at
give
one
them
of the
some-
walls, please.
I will.
Right, you throw it to the wall and it just thumps against the wall, bounces off onto the ground.
Are there
And-
windows?
There are windows, and one of
Cass is going to pick one of them up the apple, and I'm going to huck it at a window.
one of the upper ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give me a strength
Athletics,
throw.
Yeah.
Just a throw.
Yeah, I'll let you use your athletics. Go ahead. Yeah, you do it rather precisely. You get it through, and you see the apple just disintegrate in the window.
I don't think anybody in that building would be okay.
Salit, go back to the temple. Tell them what is happening.
Corvus will walk towards the door and look at it.
Careful, sir, please. And
I checked it with my magic checky, and it does something very bad going there, Corvus.
one of the guards starts to head back towards the temple, while the other actually goes up to that wall and starts to climb it. Their strange scorpion-like legs digging into the stonework as they heave themselves up.
Be careful.
I intend to be. I just have to see. And they start climbing over the building surface, looking in windows, and you see a frown crossing their face as they come back around to the side of the building, having covered the entire exterior. No one in there.
Inside.
No one inside, but there are items discarded on the floor.
Oh no! Do you think there are
Corvus
offenders
will
in
reach in
there?
his bag to get a mundane item out. Throw it.
What are you throwing in, Corvus?
Let's get the wooden spoon.
Right, and the wooden spoon.
Clatters across.
Yeah, clatters across.
Maybe only organic living things.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show me the other building?
Yes, I can show you the other building. Priestess, permission to go to that.
Go.
Will you watch? All right, I will go show where the light creatures are.
Okay. You lead him to the other building, not too far away, and he looks to you and goes, "Do you have any more?"
I will ask Treble. Are there more buildings like that?
No.
Can you show me?
The apples to test.
Oh yes, I have 2 more apples. I will toss them to the door.
Okay. This one does not disintegrate.
Treble, is this building safe?
There is a very slow purple pulse.
Treble says this is not safe. There is something bad here.
Something bad is going to be here, perhaps.
Yes.
Caution.
Caution. Yes. I could go check it out for you, sir. I know that you must keep people back.
He frowns at that and just reaches out and puts his hand on his shoulder. It is not your duty.
It is everyone's duty. It is community.
It is good, but it is my duty to protect community. And he smiles at you softly. If anything happens to me, you do not come in. You go alert them.
Okay.
And he squeezes your shoulder before he moves into the building, having to maneuver his form a little bit to actually get through the doorway, as he's rather wide.
Wait, before you go.
Yes.
I give him the apple that fell in. Push this into any doorway before you go. Just to be sure.
Clever. And he gives you a thankful little nod. And you hear him starting to move through the building. He's actually calling out, "Hello, is anyone in here?" And you can hear the occasional thump, thump, thump of an apple being tossed about inside. Before okay, right. I think I have found something.
What did you find?
There are markings in here on the floor.
Is it runes?
They look like runes. I tossed the apple at
Look
them,
them
and it.
Did you eat them?
Yes. And as you come in, he is standing on the second floor of this building. What looks like to be a basically a really open bedroom. There are beds, sort of pillows on the floor as well, and right in the middle of this room is a bright red glowing sigil on the floor. Be careful. It seems to be about 10 feet from the sigil.
I can try to disrupt it. Do you want me to try?
You are capable of such a thing?
Yes. I'll whip some sacred flame at it. I
Okay.
can, like, burn up the edge.
Right.
Hit the sigils.
Right. You throw this at the sigils, and yeah. It scorches the sigil. And you see that red flickering slightly. Still seems to be active, but going on and off as you've scored
Right.
part of it.
I will hit it again.
Okay. You keep throwing flame at it, and it takes a few blasts before that red glow fades.
I toss the remaining apple.
It just goes thump, thump, thump across the ground.
Okay.
Cass.
I think I
Oh,
turned
sorry.
it off. Is it okay, sir?
Yes. Well done.
Right.
And he's going to cautiously move closer to the burnt sigil. And Suztran, and I do not recognize this.
I do not either. I think we would need a very knowledgeable person about runes. I will roll Arcana, even though I know
Okay.
Kristen's not gonna know. Fuck.
Give me an Arcana roll.
20 comes up.
What?
You don't know what spell work it is, but it's definitely draconic.
It is written in Draconic. I know that.
Draconic.
Yes. More guy.
Yes, no, the Morgai, and we do not use their magics though.
Yes, I do not understand why this is here.
This is very troubling.
Mm.
Right, okay,
I will take out my sending stone that goes to Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, we have gone to the other building. There was a draconic arcane symbol destroying things inside. That's as much as I can say.
For that.
Huh?
Before that, Cass, Chorus is going to talk to Cass.
Okay, yeah, you'd have time.
Yeah. If we do, we're 10,000 years difference. This has happened already. I don't know what will happen if we try to mess with it.
Cass is just stopping and turning and looking at him.
He's staring at the doorway.
Are you saying we should do nothing?
I'm of the opinion of that. But I don't like it.
Corvus?
The
We are in a place we are not familiar with. And she's getting up and close and personal with him.
All right, you don't have to get that close, Cass. Seriously.
Oh, what happened here?
We don't know. That's exactly the point.
We know we could have been involved. And you saying we should not be involved? There are people being murdered.
I understand that. We are new to this place. In this time, this has already happened. I don't understand any of this.
None of us do. But I will say this.
Corvus is rolling up his left sleeve. What?
If you don't want to help, that's fine.
I'm helping.
If you're not going to help, don't be here.
I'm helping. I don't like it, but I'm helping. And he will first invoke his class ability of counterspell. And just hold it out in the direction.
Counterspell will do nothing to this.
Yeah, I know. He's just trying things.
Yep.
It's part of his process.
Yeah, the spell goes off, but does not seem to take to anything.
Do you have any organic items, like an apple, Cass?
I only have one apple left. I'm going through apples like crazy over here. Klopp's gonna be really disappointed in me.
Cass looks at him. I have a ton of rations.
Let's try it.
And Cass is
It's
going to pull out
organic.
one of her rations. Look at it. Wonder how old it is.
Just throw it in.
Looks at the date on it. Goes, oof, and tosses it towards the door.
Okay.
Like we dated our rations.
And it goes through the door and up onto the floor.
I don't know how living that was, but it should have been living considering how old it was.
It's a processed ration, though.
The spell might be aimed to take out anything that's fertile.
But then why does it just disintegrate? Why does it just not make create infertility? Magic is so. Corvus is then going to concentrate.
Because the lady can fix that.
And dispel magic. Third level.
Third level dispel magic. Okay. You cast it.
Unfortunately, that's how dispel magic works.
Yeah, I
We
know.
don't really have any knowledge of what happens. It just kind of happens.
Alright. We need something to test this. We need something living. Test this.
Go.
Where did Gifton go with that other apple?
About this time is when that message will come through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and after while I'm sending that message, I'm basically just taking out a piece of parchment, and I'll start scribbling for the guy.
The guard will take it from you before nodding and going, I must check for more. If you want to go rejoin your companions.
Cass
Yes.
is going to
If
send
there
back.
is any way I can help, I would, sir.
Daughter's blessings with you.
I'm going to give him the apple and put it in his hand. Please, do not go through doorways hastily.
He nods.
Cass is sending back. Corvus is trying to break spell. No luck so far.
Gifton will
Also-
make her way back.
He is also advocating inactivity.
I can't respond again because I've used my stone.
no.
So, but yeah, I will
Cass isn't
make
saying
my
that
way
out
back to
loud.
them. I'll make my way back.
Okay. You can hurry on back to them. Eventually
So
rejoining them.
Cass is going to gift and found another one that hadn't gone off yet, apparently.
I diffused it.
Do you have an apple?
No, but I have some apple seeds. What do you need?
Try throwing an apple seed through the doorway.
That seems very silly. I will cast a trap on my apple seed, and I will make it into a small little bloom. Look, it is a tiny little plant now. I will toss it through.
Your tiny little plant disintegrates.
Oh no! My baby!
I can grow.
My baby. That is not
Fourth
safe.
level dispel.
Fourth level spell. Okay.
Corvus, I will question
Do you
you.
mean dispel magic? Yes.
Yeah.
Fourth level. Corvus, you that circle was on the upper floor. What is your range?
120 feet.
That
One creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Okay, I'm just wondering if you need to be up higher. I had to break the runes. I drew them down, but I gave them to the guard because I did not think that I should make myself a point of contact. You know, because that seemed very ungood.
Throw another seed in, please.
I need your wisdom caster, right?
Yes.
Give me a wisdom check, please.
I will make
Just
another.
a straight wisdom.
Just show straight wisdom.
Yeah, I'm throwing another in.
Okay. After you do that and you throw another in, it disintegrates.
The metal
I-
of his gauntlet glows brighter.
I will do dispel magic at 7th level.
Okay. Make me a check, please.
Wait. I see Corvus trying. I will try. I am going to give myself advantage. I will also...
don't know.
You can't.
Actually, no, you can. You can.
I
Yep.
can't
Good.
think
It's
of
an
it.
ability check.
Yep.
I will unfortunately waste a spell one of these. I'm going to immediately recover 2d6 hit points as a result.
Nice.
Because this is what I have to do. Would this is check his wisdom?
Yep, that's your casting ability, which druid, yes.
It's wisdom and then it was advantage. 17.
Okay. You're gonna check again?
Yes, I will throw one more seed pod in. I still have 2 more seeds.
It disintegrates.
It is not working, Corvus.
7th.
I want to see if there is a. Well, that was an 8 from me. So
That was a 7 from you.
That was a
it?
7th.
Oh, I meant an 8. I meant to do an 8. Sorry, I took an 8th off. So it was an 8.
Corvus
but anyway.
is doing a 7. That's all he has. If he did 8.
Yeah.
I will remind my players that doing it to high level just gives you automatic cancellation if it's matching the spells higher or beating it. You can still try
Yeah.
with lower level
Oh.
spell slots. That's what the checks are.
Okay. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The-
if it's
the-
any higher, you
Yeah, the
stop
fact that you're
exact-
doing checks on these high level spell slots might give you a hint.
Yes.
Oh, so it's 4th.
Very high.
Wait, so casting at 4th.
It's
Only
no
other
different than doing it from
spells
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
casting-
so he'll cast another 3.
Yeah, because it's you
Yeah.
beating the check.
that or
Right,
lower.
another wisdom check,
Right.
please.
Right, well,
Which you got to at least be better than 17.
since we can play cards on this, I might as well do that.
Corvus, I don't have very many more seeds to throw.
Okay. Okay. Corvus cast.
Unfortunately, first you can just add 6, isn't there?
I unfortunately have used all my abilities to add 6 for the day. I need to rest. I will Druidcraft one more, and I'm down to 2 seeds. But I will toss one through. I'm assuming
It
it's dead.
disintegrates.
Corvus, I want to check. I'm going to glance about real quick, do a quick perception. Is there anybody right here?
Give me a perception check.
I'm doing my perception check.
There's nobody that you can see here.
Alright, I am going to flap up.
Okay.
I am going to try and look through windows real quick and see if I can spot circle.
Yes, you have to drift around to the side a bit, but you can, through one of the windows, see this glowing red sigil.
Corvus, I have found the red sigils. It's on this floor.
Okay.
Should I try shooting at it?
Can you just dispel it?
No, I don't. It is too strong, Corvus. My magic would have dispelled it, I think.
Yeah, you
That's
only
why
have to target the spell's effect. You don't have to target the sigil for the spell magic.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to need to have to hit it with something. Are you could you pretend you cast a bunch of magic? It would be good. Okay. I'm gonna start sacred flaming the motherfucker again. I'm gonna try and hit a different rune than I did last time.
You want me to try and hit it?
If you go in there, you'll
Cass.
hurt yourself.
Yes.
It's in the center of the room, Cassie.
Can you fly?
I can probably climb the wall.
But you could disintegrate
You
if you go
probably
in.
could. Yeah.
Who's going to go in?
All right,
Oh,
well, yes.
What's my range?
Right, you cast the sacred flame, Semi.
I'm trying to hit the
You,
rune that I
you see the
didn't hit last
flame
time.
flicker out about halfway towards it.
Oh no. Can I get closer to the window?
Yeah.
I'll try again.
Okay. Again, halfway into this building, the flame flickers out. almost as it's unraveling within whatever field is doing this.
Corvus is going to try again.
Gifton's drawing her bow.
Okay.
And I will.
You can
Attack.
use that after the fickle favor, by the way, if you fail. It's a after roll.
It's immediately.
Oh, it's
so
an
yeah,
after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so take
yeah.
it back and play it if you fail.
Take card.
Yeah.
Yeah, heroics are generally your rolls.
But I am going to never cruel nor cowardly. Fucking crit.
I think I need to. Oh, there it goes. Okay, yeah. So you fire. Are you adding anything onto this?
Of course I am. I am doing my. From that point, I cast the cantrip.
Okay, right. You fire the arrow in. You see it enchanted with the energy of this cantrip. The arrow flies in, and you see this energy sort of starting to unravel as it goes past. The arrow's speed taking it to the center, where it hits dead on that sigil, scoring one of the edges. The sigil starts to flicker, as the previous one did, and then as Corvus casts, it goes out entirely.
Aha! We did it, Corvus!
Ah!
Corvus, we did it!
Ow.
Victory!
Do.
I want to test just to make sure.
Throw another seed in.
I'm going to throw the seed in. I will bloom it really quick and toss it in.
Okay. And it
Also,
just
I like-
lands in.
I like the
pick it back up and
picture
take it
as
safely.
Corvus casts his magic through his arm thing that the metal heats up in his arm.
I
He's
am
like,
going
"Ah,
to. I
fucking
am
hot."
going to put it back down and land next to Corvus and give him a big hug. We did it!
Oh, okay, good. Let's see what's
Then
in
nobody saw anything. We did good. Good.
there. Corvus is
Camera pans over
gonna.
the entire crowd sitting slack-jawed at the other
There's
end
a
of the thing.
whole bunch of goddamn angels at the top end that Gifton was unable to.
They're
see.
invisible.
Yeah.
Corvus walks in.
As you walk on in, you disintegrate. No. Yeah, you're able to walk on in just fine.
Ta-da!
It is good.
Magic has a judge. Let's see what's in this building. And let's see this sigil.
You go ahead, Cassie. Do you think it is okay if I beat feet?
Go.
I thank you. I bow very respectfully all of a sudden, and then I'm gonna take off back towards Talal's.
Okay, all right.
Corvus is giddy. It's like, yes, I defeated magic. Yes!
It's my favorite spell
I
now.
used magic.
Right.
Use magic to defeat
But
magic.
you did magic, so magic won.
No.
Gifton.
Yep.
As you beat feet away, quickly, moving down streets, ducking away from this area.
Uh-huh.
Give me a dexterity check, please. I should say acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics check. Okay. Yeah.
You are suddenly grabbed and pulled into an alleyway. A hand quickly covering your mouth. Shh, 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 shush. It's me. You hear Turiel's voice saying. And then she slowly lets go of your mouth and releases you.
Hello. Sorry, I was trying to help with the things. This is draconic sigils everywhere.
Yes, I told the others I would keep watching the situation.
Oh no. Oh.
You're not quite one of villains.
No. I will. No.
What are you?
She's gonna give him a very sympathetic look. I am very scared. Okay. That is what I am.
Don't be scared. Please, don't be scared. And she actually reaches out and tries to squeeze your shoulder reassuringly. I mean it. I'm not going to hurt you.
No, you would bring me harm. I don't mean harm. I am good. I promise I am good.
And I give you my word on my God and everything I hold dear. I don't mean you harm either. I need to know what's happening.
I am not part of that. I have nothing. I am not. I just wanted to. I don't. I was just trying to have a nice night. I just don't want to get hurt. Okay.
You're not going to get hurt, really.
No, I am going to get hurt. No, no one like us. Please. Please don't.
You really don't want to tell me.
I do want to tell you, but I don't want to get hurt. I do not think you are my enemy.
Yeah, look. And there's an alarming moment, Gifton, where she pulls out a familiar-looking blade. Very familiar style. And then flips it in her hand and holds it out to you.
I do not wish to touch your angel blade, I believe.
Then maybe you can look at it.
I'll read the handle.
I am curiosity. I am knowledge. I am the help to everyone. I am the furthering. I am Turiel.
I am curiosity. I am knowledge. I am the furthering. I am Tariel.
Now,
Very pretty.
unlike my brothers and sisters, it doesn't have anything about I am vengeance, I am rawr, I am going to stomp on everything that I don't understand or like.
Gifton is going to sniffle a bit and then pull her bow out and hold out and show, I am the lost light. I am the forgotten song. I am forgiveness of the broken. I am hope reborn. I am Gifton.
So you are a sister of sort.
No, not really. But it is better, no. They are bad. We are bad. It is better everyone think we are bad. They are crazy.
I will give you that last part, certainly.
They are very, very crazy, and people think that if they think we are okay, their guard get let down and they get hurt. It is not safe. I just want to be like everybody else. Okay?
She puts her little satchel bag down again and digs through it. And then she pulls out what looks like to be a very, very old book. The leather cracked and worn. The pages yellowed. But she starts to leaf through it. And she holds it up and shows you a picture. And Gifton, this looks very familiar and styling. The markings very carefully marked onto it. They show a Lalasil temple.
Gifton can't hide that recognition.
My curiosity has taken me many places. The furthest reaches, the deepest, the highest. I've seen a lot of things I don't understand. What's one more?
I will find you sometime and tell you the truth. I promise. But if I tell you, it is not good for you, okay?
You're worried about something happening to me?
I worry about anybody who is around me. I do not stay places long.
And she closes the book and puts it back in. Okay, I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to feel trapped, so if you want to walk away now, I understand. But you say you will find me and tell me someday?
10,000 years later.
It might be 10,000 years, but I promise I will tell you.
10,000 years, huh?
Yeah, I can make it that long, can you?
Yeah, I think I can.
A good story is worth the wait, but we can still be friends now.
We can still be friends now, although maybe keep things a little low.
Yes, it would be very unpopular with everybody if they saw us hanging out. Could you imagine the words they would have with you?
They're used to me hanging out with completely ordinary drow girls.
Oh.
Not in that way, and she actually gives you a little shove.
Give her a shove back.
No, I am not a flirt. That is Lucy.
I could believe that about him entirely.
You know him.
Good job.
You know, the more I talk to you, the more I was told not to talk to anybody. My friends are going to be very mad. They are already very mad at me. I'm not supposed to talk to you. Cassie is going to have my head.
Can I ask one thing? You don't have to tell me who you are, what you're doing here.
I am Gifton. I will tell you that. If anything, it would be nice to know at least somebody know my name.
Gifton. Gifton DeFay?
No, Gifton Brackgren.
Gifton Brocken.
Yes.
Can I see the real you?
I glance about. I don't know. Is it safe to do here? I don't know.
Oh, I suppose.
Is it?
I don't think so, maybe. Is there something that would give you away? No one's looking, I can tell you that.
I don't know what gives away to the freaking angels.
You are able to contain your power, yes? You're a lot like
Yeah.
us.
Yes, a bit. He's like vessel and person, the same person.
Then you should be safe.
Okay. And I will glance about and I'll take the necklace off real quick.
Oh. And you turn very tiny because if I believe you're not wearing a ring.
Nope, I'm not.
And she seems to blink, staring at a wall briefly before glancing downwards.
I
And-
will wave up.
That is not what I expected.
That you understand why I'm very scared, okay?
Oh, no need.
The accent completely switches
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah. The accent completely. Yeah, you understand why I'm pretty scared, right? It's completely
And
off of Baratheon now.
she's staring briefly at you before
I'm gonna flap up.
replying
I'll just-
in old, somewhat hard to understand Baratheon. You speak very strangely.
I will try Enochian. Does this go better?
Oh, much better.
All right.
You are
The
very, very, well, you're adorable for one.
oh, now you're floating again.
Apparently I'm a natural at it. Well, thank you for showing me. Your style of dress is very strange.
I made this myself.
Oh, very well done.
I take a lot of pride in my work. I do hard work. Gonna put my freaking necklace back on.
Right. Well then, Gifton Brocken, I thank you.
It is good to meet you, Tariel. And this is Treble. I've got to do this is Treble, my little wiggle.
Hello, Trouble. Would it be problematic if I put you in here? And she holds up a book.
Don't put my name.
Not your name, but I can draw
Not
you.
my name.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That is fine. I don't think that will hurt too much.
And will you be swapping host in the 10,000 years?
I do not have a host.
This is you, then.
Yes.
I suppose they are very long-lived. Then I will see you in... Well, I hope it's not quite so long, but if it is, I look forward to it.
But if I see you around town while I'm still here, we will hang out. But I will promise to tell you my secret in 10,000 years. I offer my hand. Faye promise.
Well, I know not to trust that, but I'll trust your word nonetheless. And she'll take your hand and shake it.
Oh, you warned me. If anything, we are very good at deals.
Too good.
And I'm not even asking for anything.
Oh, that's always more of a concern with your kind.
Ah, see, that's
You recognise that, right? What I showed you.
Yes, I know what this is. Use your dagger. Yes.
No, the
is.
drawing.
Which drawing was it?
The Lalasilin Temple.
Marcelin Temple.
Yes, I know what that is. I have seen one before.
The rest, the northern tip of it. It's
On the island?
no, it's on the coast. A cave deep beneath the earth, and dry, hot, but seemingly in good condition.
I would love to see it sometime. I have been over that place many times. It's a beautiful land.
Is
You can get this fond smile on her face. I am so sorry we can't hang out more. She looks genuinely sad. I feel like we would have a good time.
I feel like we would too. Oh, maybe if the others lose interest, I'll still be here in the years to come.
Talk about the little light creatures. You know?
Yes, we can.
Very exciting, all of this going on.
Very exciting, especially this brave little one.
Yes. They won't go back. I don't. This is going to be very problematic.
Well, you have a new little friend then.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I explained away everything. I'm going to be in a little trouble for misuse of power, but I took such sympathy on the little mouse that wandered in.
Oh, the little mouse that wandered in, and you just felt bad for it for a moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have burned through a bunch of apples, and I gave them all to the guards to have them throw to the things. I did not want one of the guards running into the thing. I took out 2 of the sigils. There is the big red pulsing sigils. I did one, and then Olgar and I did the other one.
She gives you an amused look before she sort of glances off and goes,
I need to stop talking to you.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. And
Bye.
Please.
She gives you a soft little wave and smiles at you.
I'm gonna rush forward really quick, give her a hug.
Oh, and she pats you on the back as you do so.
Goodbye. It was very nice to meet you, foreign woman. Bye.
Lovely to meet you as well, Trixie.
And run after everybody else.
Okay.
I am doomed. Get this fucker away from me. She's ruined my life. Help.
Don't even have to try. Just
Yeah. Just don't. Just help.
give them just leaked secrets. Yes, definitely good. He didn't choose Maris.
Yeah.
Put an NPC in front of Gifton, make it possibly an angel or actually an angel. Okay, well, there's our entire life story on the board. Moving on.
Corvus will very quickly run upstairs because he is dreading what is to come.
Okay, you head on upstairs. You see that sigil painted on the floor.
He rolls his arm over and studies the magic that he has. Is it a spell particularly that he knows?
You are unfamiliar with this.
I'm just going to populate it. This is what he's thinking.
I think you need to do an Arcana check. Is what you need to do.
Yeah. I can do that too, I suppose.
I mean, you do an Arcana check.
This
and then
is
she
a
can tell you
spell
what's
to
on-
put your own sigil down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are, even without an Arcana check, you know what a sigil is, so you know it's a similar kind of spell, but you are unfamiliar with this symbol or its effect.
Okay.
You can do an Arcana check to try and decipher it if you want.
Similar kind of magic associated with that.
Yeah, there's a common kind of trapping sigil
Mm-hmm.
I'm
method.
never telling you guys about my friend ever again because I need to stop talking to her.
Beyond that, it seems to be in Draconic. No.
I need to go back to the future so I can spill everything to freaking.
He's going to copy it down.
She's
Okay.
my new friend.
You note it down as well.
And he's going to get back outside and Cass, we need to go now.
You need to go.
All right. I was not here. I'm afraid of what's coming. You do understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right.
And I have enough leeway that I can escape.
Good luck. Corvus is going to leave.
Okay.
Ulgar is going to leave.
You wander
Almost
off.
tempting to break reality again, but it's like, fuck, no.
As Olga leaves, Cassie, you see a small group approaching, a mix of drow, Duergar folk, some in temple attire, some wearing armor and weapons. you see actually on a couple of them painted, well, almost tattoo likes on their arm. Different hues, but the same tentacle wrapped around an orb. And as this group approaches you, that is where we're going to end this week.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
that was the cliffhanger, is the arrival of the Heya contingent.
Okay.
You mean
I
the
knew that.
Heian, because Heian is not going to be in there.
I'm...
Everyone take 5,000 XP.
Hey.
Okay, from what?
Each other. Last one standing wins.
Oh,
Is it all the apples I lost?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so
every-
I'm swinging on is Corvus.
What?
Is Corvus a
wait, you're
sword?
making an attack on Corvus?
Well, you said the last one standing
Oh,
gets the XP,
Right.
so
I see. And
No, you
everyone
meant player on player.
and everyone gains 1 piety point.
Ah, piety.
And we will do this
Everyone
same time
likes
next
pie.
week.
I do not